Garage and Collective. Hey, we playing Zelda today. This is Ocarina of Time, Zelda. Come on, wake up. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can't wait to get to Ganon's Castle. That's gonna take me a while though. I gotta wait for it to go through all this right here. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to fix this. Hold on. Trying to find out where to go. It's been a while since I played this game. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the Deku tree. Or however you say that name. Like, damn. And this dude over there don't want to let me in. Over there. Go gonna talk to this one over here. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I gotta go get my shield. That's what it is. Yeah, I need to go get my shield. You can't go in there without the shield. Like, you know how you got that shield? Alright, it's one of these. Bro, it's been a while since I played this game. Might be this one right here. You can't just go in there without a shield. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not this one. Might be this one over here. Yeah, it's this one right here. I need to get 40 rubies to get that shield. I got 6 rubies. I need 40 rubies to get that shield. Oh, they got them rocks over here. Hold on. There we go. You better watch out for them rocks, man. There's the sword. I got the sword. Yeah, I play GTA 5. Man, this rock right here, bro. All right, that's 25 of them. I can't wait to get to Ganon's castle. That's really why I wanted to play this game, because I ain't played that in a while. Bro, if you pay attention to this right here, look. If y'all can see that triangle, that's the third eye right there. And all of this right here is the chakras. I'm telling you, bro, there's a spiritual meaning behind this game, Zelda, right here. That's all the chakras. And you literally have the third eye right there. And why you think they call it the Temple of Time? I'm telling you, bro, when you go into that Temple of Time building, they got like this checker pattern on the floor, and you gotta play a certain note for that that doorway to lift like that. That's what this is right here, I'm telling you. That triangle. And all of these right here is the color of the chakras. Tell you that this game is spiritual. A lot of people don't know that, but this game is spiritual, yeah. And then whenever he charges up with his sword like that, he uses his what they would call his chi power. A lot of people don't look into that, but I'm telling you, that's exactly what this is right here. All of these, that's all your chakras right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you got 7. Hold on. The root, you got the sacral, you got the solar plexus, you got the heart, you got the throat, you got the third eye, and the crown. So that right there would be 7, but this right here is 6. Well, yeah, you got the the 7th one right there, the third eye. Okay, there you go. And why would that be in the middle of the rest of the chakras right here? Because that's how you see. I'll tell you, bro, this game is spiritual. I just noticed that, yeah. I remember how these light up the color of the chakras. You got the blue, you got the yellow, the red, purple. That's all the color of the chakras. Trying to get his sword. Hold on. I don't know if it'll let me use a sword without the shield. All right, there it is right there. No, it won't let me use it without the shield. Because what you do is you press one of these arrows and they'll equip the sword. I don't know, it might let me use it. Okay, A to equip. Okay, there we go. I got it. Look, whenever he does like this and he charges up, he uses that chi energy. Give me some rubies. All right, I'm almost to 40. Need almost 10 more, 11 more, and I'll make it to 40. All right, I need 10 more. There we go. Almost there. Oh, I remember this one. All right, now we got 40, 42. All right, let me go get that shield. That way we go to the Deku tree or whatever. What's that building at? Oh, over there. There we go. I got a sword and a shield. Just let the boy go through, damn. Like, damn, see the man with the shield? You know what I'm saying? All right, I found the tree. They got a big old monster looking thing in here like a spider. I'm gonna have to defeat that in order to get through that tunnel. It's been a long time since I played this game. They got them flower things around me. That's why y'all hear that music going like that. Oh yeah, that spider right there. The Ace of Wands right there. Bro, don't you know I pulled that card? That's probably what that means right there. You never know, bro. You know, there's all kind of ways you can read the tarot cards. Like, you could interpret a magician as playing a game. Then you got the sword on the table, bro. That, man, I'm telling you, that's exactly what that is. Because I pulled that earlier for my personal read. And look, you literally have a sword. And if you look at the magician card, he got a sword on the table with a wand. And he's got the cup. Trying to equip that that wand. Hold on. Man, this is different than the 64. Hold on. Ain't working. don't know how to do this. They don't have them 3 buttons at the top like the Nintendo 64, how they had those 3 arrows or whatever. Those 4 arrows. They only got triangle, square, circle, and X here with the D-pad button with the analog sticks. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this video, y'all. They don't have the thing on there.
Oh, great. I love it.
I'm gonna read y'all comments. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off of here because this thing don't have the trying to read this. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. So you gotta use the D-pad with the analog stick. Okay, so that's how you use that. I'm gonna have to start all over, bro. Nah, I don't even feel like starting over. That's gonna take too long. I'm gonna go read y'all comments collective. Hold on. But yeah, getting to the comments or whatever. Yeah, I played GTA 5. They're coming out with GTA 6 in 2025. All I gotta say is get right with God, bro. Gotta protect you from all that. Pray to Saint Michael the Archangel. And stay as far away from the dark side as possible. That's the only way you'll get out that mental entrapment type energy. That's what I do. I pray to Saint Michael the Archangel and God all the time. And the minute you feel that darkness trying to pull you back in, you need to have dominion over that and to resist temptation. I'm telling you, bro, it's tricky. You start slipping into that, that's when they got you, I'm telling you. I've been through that stage a few times. When you start getting in your head, that right there is where it's going to come a point in time to where you feel like you're in quicksand. You're going to feel like you're sinking more and more and more and more. And before you know it, then it's like you done lost touch with reality. If you have tarot cards, your tarot cards can help you out, but that right there can make it worse because it's going to mirror back the exact energy that you're in. Or if you need some type of advice, like if you're in a negative energy, see, that's the bad thing about the tarot cards, but that right there could be used as a tool to help guide you out of that type situation, you know? But yeah. Yeah, I would stay far away from, don't let that darkness pull you in like that. Tell you that happened a few times to me. You ever heard of the mind's the devil's playground? Exactly, because that's where he goes to war at. But guess what? That's why you have your level of discernment. Once he knows he can control that, then the rest will follow behind. That's what's dangerous. I'm telling you. You go search up another game, y'all. Hold on. What's another one? So I don't have to use all them buttons. They got the game South Park. I remember that. Boy, I remember that game, South Park. Hey, remember Cartman or Carmen, however you say his name? You know what I'm saying? Bad right there, bro. I remember whenever I used to play that game back in the day, they had this UFO. We was all in this UFO. And like you could float around the UFO with the aliens in there. But anyways, yeah, just like I said a few minutes ago, you can't let yourself sink into that type of mentality. You can't let yourself sink in that type of mentality. I guess I could do a regular live stream. I just don't want to be on camera. Protect my energy. But yeah, just like I said before, to the ones out there that's going through a rough time, you got to keep in mind that the mind is the devil's playground. And once he knows he could get you right there, the rest going to follow behind it. I'm telling you, because that right there is how he uses manipulation against you. Because when you're in a dark state of mind, that right there is going to separate yourself from reality. Because I'm going to tell you right now why that makes sense. Because when you're in that type of state of mind, reality don't seem real anymore. It's like your whole reality changes. That will literally change your perception. But that's not really your perception. That's him manipulating certain things to get you to see things that's not really there. And that right there is what's going to cause the turmoil. What you represent. You think that that you're being pulled down into this darkness or whatever, but that's not really happening. But yet, whenever you get in that state of mind, that's where it has the soul. You have to fight against that. That's where you have to fight against that, battle against it. That's where you call upon St. Michael the Archangel, protect me because he's the warrior. Protect me, defeat the wicked snares of the devil. Defeat the wicked snares of evil. And I'm telling you. So whoever's battling with that type of frame of mind, just like I told y'all with these reads when it comes to these individuals trying to manipulate you on a spiritual level, the main thing on how to have control over that, like if somebody is continuously sitting there, like, I mean, they got some people out there that are nervous. You know, some people are nervous, they shy because they may be intimidated by your strong personality. So that right there could be understandable, but at the same time, when it comes to someone that's like trying to be selfish or trying to harm you in any type of way, spiritually, and you feel like torment and torturing thoughts, I'm gonna tell you how you get out of that. The main thing is you have to tap into the side to where you know what's going on. Like you have to automatically know what's going on. But that right there could be tricky in itself because even though you may be aware, you still like, well, how come this keeps on tormenting the mind? Because I'm going to tell you what that is. That right there is going to be a jinn. That's what they call a jinn. And that right there could be dangerous in itself. So if you're dealing with like a spiritual narcissist, that's what they call a spiritual narcissist. And what they would do is, it's not them that's in your head. See, that's the number one thing on how you defeat that type of energy. It's not them that's in your head. Even though it may be giving off the illusion as if it's them, like, oh man, I can't get this person. That's not that person. That's something, that's another energy that's trying to take the shape and form of that individual in order to get inside your head to give off that illusion. But I'm going to tell you how you defeat that type of energy. You don't believe in what that individual's trying to do. Don't believe in it. Say, you know what? Yeah, the thoughts are there, but you know what? This is not part of me. This is not an extension of me. And you keep on repeating that out loud. This is not an extension of me. This is not my energy. This is not an extension of me. This is not my energy. And eventually you're going to start to notice a change, like it's going to start to fade. And you're going to have a peace of mind. Your peace of mind will come back. Because all is being done is manipulation. I'm not talking about somebody that you will have thoughts of to where it's not tormenting or torturing, but yet you miss the individual. Like you really miss them. But it's not to the point to where it's agitating or irritating. I mean, but that's tricky right there in itself too, because if someone is nervous or scared and they could be shy, then that right there is going to give them that type of energy to where they resist you, or they try to put up this barrier, and that right there is going to be come across as like a manipulative type of tactic, but it's really not. I'm gonna tell you right now how to have control over that. You have to have an open mind when it comes to that, because whenever you have a closed perspective or some type of closed-minded perception, that right there is what's going to cause even more challenges when it comes to that type of energy. You just have to use your level of discernment, because not everybody out there is going to be manipulative. I don't know who out there needs this message, because some of y'all out there may be dealing with a situation like that. You're like, why does this individual pop up in your head, but yet they don't reach out to you and say nothing? Because number one, they could be scared. They could be nervous of you. They could be holding back out of fears. But at the same time, that's not your reality. You have to keep on living your life and to not give in to that train of thought. Because what they're doing is they're sending you telepathy, believe it or not. That's telepathy that you're picking up on, and you're picking up on the individual's energy for a reason. And that right there is going to create friction to where you're going to feel like you have to go against the individual, and yet before you know it, you spiritually fighting with each other. Bro, that happened to me several times. I'm going to tell you how you deal with a situation like that. You have to have an open mind about it, you know? instead of sitting there assuming that it's a battleground, have an open mind about it as I say, okay, well, there's a reason why these thoughts are coming through this way. There's a reason why telepathy is happening. There's all kind of things that could be occurring behind the scenes that you may not be able to register with the ego. But that right there is where the soul and the ego is going to get in a battle. And before you know it, you're sitting there, you feel like you're in a warfare in the mind, but yet on a spiritual level, you literally having telepathic battles with the individual. That's what they call it. It's a telepathic battle. You know? That's not a fun place to be. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm telling you, bro, like that happened to me several times. That is not a fun place to be. And before you know it, you're agitated, irritated, and you can't do shit about it because the individual ain't there in person. Like, ain't nobody talking to you. You're literally communicating with them on a telepathic level. I'm telling you. And then that's when the ego is going to step in as I say, okay, oh yeah, you think you big and bad? You trying to do all this? And I'm going to tell you right now, that's where the ego gets involved. And before you know it, that's when you're telepathically battling with someone that's not even trying to do that to you. And yet that's going to trigger them on the other end. Like, let's say if this is your twin flame or something. What it's going to do is it's going to send a signal to them to where they're going to feel you pulling back, and like they're gonna feel like it's a game. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you gotta laugh it off. Like, you can't take it seriously, because when you take that seriously, that's what's gonna cause the both of you to want to hate each other. But there's no hate there. And that's another way dark energy can interfere with a connection. That's exactly what happens. Then before you know it, some people out there, they may want to use some type of spiritual tactics to protect themselves, but yet they're doing the wrong thing, because when they're trying to protect themselves spiritually, they're literally attacking somebody that's innocent, that's not even doing nothing. But all this stem back from is the triggering mechanism that's going on between both of the souls. Bro, this is a deep message. Somebody needs to hear that. Oh, well, they ain't reaching out. They doing all this, doing all that. I'm telling you right now, when you heal, that's not going to bother you. Now, if something does get brought up to where it triggers you, that means that there's a damn good reason that that's coming up to the surface. It's only to strengthen you spiritually, to where when you do actually have communication with the person physically, then there's not going to be any conflict between the two of y'all. It's best that y'all sort out that conflict on a spiritual level, because when you physically communicate with the other half of you, then the conversation is going to go fluid. There's a reason why you and that individual is being triggered like y'all are. It's like you notice this energy to where you feel loving towards them for a little while, and things will be good for a little while. All of a sudden, you just get this vibe that, man, this person don't like me. That right there could be a spiritual attack too. Somebody could be trying to spiritually attack you. And if somebody's trying to spiritually attack them, you're going to pick that up through the telepathic connection, through the soul connection. And that's another way that it can interfere to get both y'all to battle between each other. But I'm going to tell you how you protect that connection. Don't feed into that. Do not feed it. Do not hurt your twin, bro. Do not feed into it, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. That right there is going to get y'all both mad at each other on the telepathic level. But yet it's not going to stay there forever. It may linger there for a little bit, but yet the next minute you turn around, you love each other again. That right there is a sign that you're in connection with your match. You may have a spiritual union that has taken place. Even if you're not in physical union with the person, you could be in some form of spiritual union with that person. And I feel like somebody needs this message. That's what they would call a spiritual 5D union, which would be the 5D level. Okay? But that's basically all that is. I feel like somebody need to hear that message. See, I'm picking up all kind of energy right now on the live stream. Somebody needs to hear that message. This is flowing through to me intuitively. Somebody needs to hear that message. And since I have experience when it comes to that, I could give y'all my wisdom on that in order to balance out that connection where y'all don't argue and fight with each other on a spiritual level. Because all that's going to do, bro, is going to cause a lot of spiritual betrayal. That can literally push you both away, even though you're not physically talking to them. Bro, a broken spirit is a lot more damaging than a broken mind. I'm telling you. In a way that could create a bond, but that's going to be a spiritual trauma bond. That's going to begin to manifest between the both of y'all. And that right there is something that you don't want. I felt like somebody needs to hear that message. Somebody on here, they could be a feminine that may need to hear that message. Could be a masculine too, but I mean, yeah, I'm picking up the balance between masculine and feminine. Like somebody needs to hear that message when it comes to that. But that's really all it is, y'all. And to the ones that just joined the live stream, I was playing Zelda Ocarina of Time, but yet I ran into a challenge with not having the controls on the controller like they did with the Nintendo 64. It was the C button. I want to say C up, C down, C left, and C right. I don't have those buttons on that controller, but there's a way to use that, but I had to start all over. I don't really feel like starting over. But anyways, getting back to that spiritual message, somebody needs to hear that. Somebody definitely needs to hear that. But that's basically all it is, bro. It's a battleground. It's definitely a battleground. A lot of people has went through that. A lot of people could be going through that in these times also. But some people out there don't even believe in a twin flame. They don't even believe in that. But some of you out there, you definitely do have the other half of you out there. You may not even know the person physically, and yet you could channel their energy spiritually. You keep picking up the thoughts of somebody, and it's like you get a vision of who this individual may be. That's what they would call a secretive admirer. And there's going to be one of y'all that's going to be way more stronger than the other, which is not a competition type of thing. The other one is going to be more stronger than the other one. That way you could balance out the other half of you. Because they may not be experienced as much as you are. And that right there is going to trigger them. See, there's some jealousy going on too. Some of you out there have an individual that you ain't even met physically yet. Like you ain't even had a physical conversation with this person, and they've been observing you on the down low, and they get jealous of you. They get jealous of you. Like this ain't like some regular jealousy. It's because they got feelings for you. Jealousy is a form of an emotion. That's the truth. Jealousy is a form of an emotion. And I'm going to tell you right now, just because it's a negative emotion, don't mean that it's all the way bad, because you have to have a negative emotion in order to love somebody fully. You can't just have these positive emotions all the time. You have to have a proper balance between the negative emotion and the positive side. And for that to be triggered like that, for someone to get jealous or kind of have this envy, like not really envy, but you're like a jealousy type of vibe, because they like you. Because they have feelings for you. Jealousy is a type of an emotion that will manifest upon the simulation of like a feeling. That's why it comes and goes, like it's an energy. It comes and goes. Like they're not going to feel that all the time. Because pay attention, like if you was ever jealous before, it only lasted maybe an hour or so, or like just a certain period of time and it went away. It's never gonna sit there and literally manifest like for all eternity. You're not gonna feel that all the time. It's a wave of energy. It's a wave of an emotion that is toxic. But yet sometimes it don't have to be all the way toxic. It's a negative emotion that needs to be felt in order for a connection and a bond to form. Because you can't have just some perfect ass relationship or some type of perfect connection. I mean, that clearly don't exist, bro. I'm telling you, you're not gonna find a perfect partner. Even if some of you out there have a twin out there, they're not gonna be perfect, bro. Some of them out there may be dealing with insecurities. They feel like they have to be like they could come across to other people as if they too good to be true because they got a dark side. And you're the only one that can trigger that out of them. I'm telling you. They could sit there and act like they're all goody two shoes, but yet no. No. You see straight through that. And they know that you see straight through that. That right there is what it irritates them and angers them and makes them jealous because it's like it manifests as a form of jealousy. Good. It needs to be felt because that's what's going to get things to work. You don't see it. My voice is echoing through my drums, by the way. You can hear echoing through the cymbals. Hey! You heard that? But anyway. Lady. Dude. But anyways, getting back to the message, y'all. I just had to say that. It's my quirky side coming out. But anyways, it's too early for that shit. But anyways, some of you out there have an individual that may be feeling kind of insecure on the inside, but yet they're going to have to realize that insecurities, bro, is an illusion. It's an illusion. I mean, I dealt with it before, the gap in my front teeth. Bro, I don't care about that. Like, who cares? Bro, sometimes, like a long time ago before my mustache can connect to my chin straps, I used to have trouble with my mustache connecting with the lines that will literally connect to the goatee or whatever. Like, you know how it goes down the side from your lips and it connects to your chin straps? It used to not do that. And I used to be insecure over that. Like, come on, man. It ain't time for that to happen. But until I started shaving a lot and eventually it connected. But now that it connects, I don't even care about it. Bro, it's like the exact opposite. Like the minute you care about something, it's like the minute you care about something, the exact opposite occurs. But yet the minute you don't care about something, the exact opposite occurs. It's a pattern that I've noticed when it comes to that. And that right there helped me a lot. Like, bro, I ain't gotta I ain't gotta feel like that. Man, the hell with that. Like, if God made me the way I am for a reason. If the damn thing don't want to connect back then, it ain't meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? And now that it's connected, now I don't care. Like, it's not what my ego perceived it to be. Oh, yeah, well, this is going to look good. This going to make you look even better. But yet, now that I look back at it, now that it does it, this don't change shit about my appearance. It really don't, because I don't see myself from the shell of the body. I see myself from the soul, from the inside out. I'm telling you, bro, the ego will literally sit there and create a whole load of problems when it ain't even got to be that way. Like, damn. Because all it is, then they got some of these individuals out there, which, it's good to take care of yourself. It's good to what they would call mirror magic, etc. But that right there that could be dangerous in a sense, because if someone has insecurities and they're doing that to appear to be a certain way, that right there is only going to cause more friction on the inside. Some of you could be triggering your twin when it comes to that too. because they feel like they have to do certain things, but yet it's taking up their time and wasting their energy. That's all it's doing, because whenever they notice, whenever they start realizing and have that awakening, whenever they start snapping out the ego, they're literally going to see themselves as to say that, why did I literally waste all this time? Just like I told y'all about the chin straps. Like whenever my mustache, like how it would run down the side of my lips like that and connect to my chin straps, I began to see whenever it did happen that I don't even care about it no more. Like when it happened unexpectedly. But of course, I kept shaving, you know. I didn't do it on purpose. I just kept shaving my face, and eventually I looked in the mirror one day like, wow, it's actually connected, but I didn't care about it like I once did. It wasn't all that. It's not all that. Yeah, it's good to take care of yourself, you know. It's good to take care of your physical appearance, you know. But at the same time, when you focus too much on that right there is going to literally deplete you of what's going on the inside. Because whenever they have some type of issue being held back on the inside, and you keep on focusing on the outer exterior, it's only going to come back worse whenever someone literally triggers that out of you. Because there's someone out there, bro, that can literally bring that to the surface. And that right there, it's best to just get rid of the problem right then and there, rather than keep on stuffing it down. It ain't going to go away, I'm telling you. It's not. It's not. It's going to keep on being there until you notice how, well, why is this happening? Why am I irritated over that? Because that's a triggering mechanism going off. That's the ego. That's the same problem that was shoved down and stuffed down that is literally coming to the surface. And it needs to come to the surface, bro. It needs to. And before you know it, you're in an argument with yourself. Like, you kind of have this vibe to where you feel like you're battling between the soul and the mind. You're battling with yourself. And then the person that you may have that strong connection with, now it will begin to manifest on, it will come across as a form of jealousy. But yet that's not the truth. Like, there's nothing to be jealous of, because that person ain't doing nothing to you. They're not doing nothing. They don't deserve to be mistreated in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They don't deserve that type of mistreatment, bro. They didn't do a damn thing to that person. You didn't do nothing to them. If they get triggered, bro, that right there is for a reason. That has nothing to do with you. I mean, it does have a lot to do with you, because you could have inspired something that's really uncomfortable to them, like it's out their comfort zone, but who cares? The only way the individual could become fearless is when they step out their comfort zone, and that right there is a blessing in disguise. That's what they don't see at that time, because the ego is too busy trying to battle and trying to argue a point that's invalid. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I've been there. That's why I can speak from experience. It ain't going to do nothing but just sit there and have you mad at yourself. And then that's when the other thoughts are going to follow behind. Oh, well, this person's all happy with they have. And that right there is going to trigger the vibration of jealousy, envy. It's going to start manifesting as a form of hatred. And that right there, just like I said before you know it, you're in your head, and the ego is literally taking over. And yet, what it's going to lead to is, oh, well, let me fix myself up. Let me act like I'm happy. Let me put up this front out there. Let me just have everybody believing that everything is okay. And that right there is going to be even more irritating, because it ain't the truth. Because nothing is really okay. You're not really okay. And then when people tell you that or whatever, that right there is going to be even more irritating and frustrating. Because it's the only reason why it's being done is because it's meant to prove an invalid point that has no business being proven to start with, because it's a waste of time. See, that's how toxic the ego could get, bro. It's capition. It's competing. What the hell is the ego competing for? What? Just because, oh, well, this and that, it's all to do with that mechanism and the neurons that will literally be imbalanced for that exact moment, but yet it takes for you to balance, rebalance, and reprogram what is being imbalanced when it comes to the ego. And I'm going to tell you right now, the ego really don't have a lot to do with logic. Like, I literally look at the ego. I mean, it does have some similarities, but from my personal perception of it, logic is way different than ego, because when you take that deep breath, like when you're triggered over something and you go, like you take a deep breath and you keep on breathing deeply, eventually your mind is going to calm down, because that's when logic kicks in. That right there is going to give you the ability to detach immediately. Now, this won't happen for everybody out there. I'm surprised I have that, me being a Scorpio man, because of me being a water sign, but it's the air signs, the Libra, the Gemini, and Aquarius in my chart. That right there, along with the fire signs, but it's more so them air signs, but I can immediately detach like that. But anyways, that right there is kind of a shocker. But at the same time, when it comes to that type of mentality, you have to take those deep breaths, because what that's going to do is that's going to give you the time to where you can rebalance everything and see things from a logical perception. Because whenever you're in that state of mind, you're seeing things from the ego, which is the complete exact opposite of logic. Because if it was logic, then it would sit there and break things down logically without being triggered to that extreme. That's the way I look at it. I'll tell you, bro, it's a challenge. Yeah. It's not easy to deal with. I know the way I explain it may sound like it's a piece of cake bullshit. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if it was, then if things was easy like that, then some of the individuals out there wouldn't even have a strong mind like they do in these times. That right there is what strengthens your mind. It strengthens your mind to where the ego cannot overpower it, because that's exactly what's happening. Just think of you going to the gym and lifting weights. Eventually, you're going to start getting built, right? You're going to start getting cut up and built. You're going to start getting swole. Well, when the ego is continuously in that frame, when it's in that type of vibration, that would be like your ego continuously lifting weights, lifting weights, lifting weights. And eventually, it's going to create an imbalance, because how can I explain this? It's just going to create a lot of imbalances between the logical side and the spiritual side. And that right there is going to have an inflation of the ego. That's the inflation of the ego. And believe it or not, that right there is what creates a lot of unnecessary problems. The ego, bro. I dealt with that before. But at the same time, just like I told y'all about my teeth, like the gap in my front teeth right there in the front, I no longer allow that to affect me, because that's not who I am. I am not defined by my teeth, bro. I'm not defined by my chin straps. I'm not defined by my height. I'm not defined by my weight. This is just a damn vessel, bro. It's a vessel. I'm defined by the characteristics that the spiritual side holds, the energy that it exhibits from the physical form of the vessel. That's who defines me as a character. That's why you can't really see somebody for who they are from the surface level. You have to see it from the spiritual level in order to have a valid enough perception. Because think about it, just because somebody can look like somebody doesn't mean that they're going to give off the same exact energy. No, they won't. That's why when you see somebody that reminds you of somebody that you love, it's not the same, huh? Because it's not the same person. Even though they may look kind of similar, it's not the same, bro. They don't have the same energy. There's only one you. There's only one you out there. And as soon as people could become aware of that, that's when they're going to start becoming or having that awareness that the ego no longer matters. Appreciate yourself rather than hate who you are. The hell you got to feel insecure about? You know what I'm saying? What the hell you got to sit there and be mad at yourself over, because, well, this one looks like this. Who cares how they look? You know what I'm saying? Who cares how they look? If they want to look that way, good. Let them look that way. Be yourself. Who's to say they even looking that way to start? Like, who's to say they even being real with themselves to start with? See, that's something else to question. Who's to say that person ain't following behind somebody else and trying to look like somebody else? And yet, that right there is starting a chain reaction to nothing. Like, it's starting a chain reaction to a lot of chaotic energy that just ain't going to get nowheres, but just have more issues, more competition when all that's being done is someone literally thinks that, okay, well, this person looks a certain way. How you don't know that person is literally trying to copy or trying to be like somebody else? How you don't know they're trying to look like somebody else? The same person that they may be inspired by. How you don't know that person is trying to look like somebody else? So are they really being themselves? That's something to question right there. Because I guarantee you that person that they possibly are looking up to or that is having them feel more secure or insecure. Okay, well, if the person was really doing something right, then that individual wouldn't even be insecure. Correct? If that person that they was looking up to was doing something right, then they wouldn't have that type of energy. I'm talking about like the ones out there that literally see people, let's say they can have a female or whatever that may be looking upon another female as like a leader or whatever, but yet at the same time, they still faced with these insecurities. Same thing with the men. Like if another man looked up to another one, and it's like, well, let me start looking like that. It ain't gotta be that way. Be yourself, bro. Who cares if that person's taller than you? Who cares if that person has more weight than you? Who cares if you have less weight than that person? You're smaller than that person. Who cares? People are meant to be different, but it's not from the physical perception because difference is never defined from the physical human vessel. It's defined from the energy and characteristics that the soul exhibits through the physical form of that vessel. So is the body really necessary to judge based off the looks? That's something to question. I had to learn the hard way, y'all, especially when it came to me having a problem with the gap in my front teeth or whatever. It's not that bad, but still, though, I thought about getting braces. But I said, you know what? If God wanted my teeth to be straight, then they would have came out with straight teeth. Exactly. Simple as that. That's the way I look at it. And as soon as you start looking at it from the realistic perception, an open-minded perspective, then that right there is going to help you move on from that torturing, tormenting, egotistical state of mind. Because all it's going to do is just bring you down even more and more and more. And before you know it, you're dealing with all these insecurities or all these battles that are really unnecessary. And that right there could throw you off track big time. The main way to gain peace from a situation like that is just accept it for what it is. You meant to be a certain way for a reason. Who cares if your nose looks a certain way? Who cares if your eyes looks a certain way? Who cares if your eyebrows look a certain way? Who cares if your lips look a certain way? Your hairstyle, like you're missing hair or whatever, or something don't line up perfect. Who cares? Bro, I'm telling you, who cares? Who gives a shit? Everybody's going to have flaws. Everybody's going to have something that they may not like within themselves, but you have to be that number one inspirationer in order to inspire others. Maybe that's why the Lord made you the certain way that you are. Maybe there's a reason why you look a certain way. It's to inspire somebody else that may have the same exact problems. Like, let's say if it's insecurities or whatever. Maybe somebody else may have the same exact problem with themselves, but yet he put you there to inspire them in order for them to feel comfortable in their own body. Consider yourself a blessing. Consider yourself different for a reason. Rather than be critical, overly critical and judgmental. Because it's an inaccurate judgment. Because at the end of the day, what is being judged through the egotistical perception does not matter. The only thing that matters is the ego feels like it needs to get a win. It needs to win. And that right there is competition, I'm telling you. The ego is the main thing, the main cause of drama, fights, chaos, arguments, not so much disagreements, but it's the main cause of conflict, chaos, fights, insecurities, and just a whole lot of things that really don't need to occur, but yet there's a reason why the ego is there, is to learn lessons from it. So rather than looking at the ego as a toxic thing to have, it can be used as a learning mechanism. That right there could be learned. How can I say this? That can be used to learn from. That right there could be used to learn from as like a magnifying glass, to spot things, to analyze things that, okay, well, this is what's toxic. The ego's literally trying to get me in battle with this, which really don't matter. You put it on a magnifying glass with your spiritual side and your logical perception. Therefore, you're going to have control over what the ego tries to control, which is an illusion. That's all it links it back to, an illusion. Because just like I explained a few minutes ago, if the physical vessel was everything, then why is the soul there? Why is the logical state of mind there if the ego was everything? So is that really who you are, or what you have a problem with, or whatever insecurities or whatever problems you're dealing with from the egotistical perspective? Is that really a problem? And if it is, then you have a solution to that problem that shouldn't even be occurring in the first place. And I'm going to tell you, the majority of the issues is the media. You got all these Instagram models. You got these individuals trying to inspire other people to become a model. But they have people out there that's like me that don't even look at that for that type of perception. I could care less if they're a model or not. It's about what the soul, what's going on with the soul from the soul level. And that right there is going to cause a negative reaction, because it's like, why is this man ain't giving me attention? Why they ain't up on the picture commenting? Because I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. It's not about sitting there playing a game or being in the ego. It's about, there's plenty of people out there doing the same damn thing. It's no different. There's no difference when it comes to that. It's about the authenticness from the inside outwards. And that right there, bro, could be very triggering to some people out there that literally thinks that that is the right thing to do, but yet that's not the real leadership position. I'm there to inspire them out of that and to be themselves, as to say, you know what? You ain't got to look perfect all the time, because you ain't meant to be fucking perfect. If your hair is fucked up one day, or, oh, well, the makeup ain't right one day, who cares? Good. Good. You know what I'm saying? Good. How you don't know you look good without it? But in their mind, I'm telling you, bro, it's all because of what is going on within the ego. That's all that it is. It's the ego. It's not really reality. Because if they was in reality, they wouldn't even be caring about it. I'm telling you, they wouldn't even care about it. That could go for anybody out there. Whoever is dealing with those issues, like on a physical form or whatnot, that right there is going to be problem solved. Somebody needs to hear this message because somebody could be going through that right now. Don't even have to be somebody in the chat session. Somebody could just come across this live stream and they could be dealing with that. You know? But just like I said before, you know, everybody's going to have a different way of viewing things, even if they do listen to this message. Some people could literally slip back into that state of mind after they hear the message, like they're comforted only for a good bit. And yet, whenever I'm not around, they don't hear my voice. I'm literally getting this intuitively. It's like they're going to sink right back into that state of mind until another message comes out. It's like an up and down type of thing. And that right there creates friction in itself, conflict. And the best part about it is, look, here's where it's critical at. The best part about this message is the person that they're trying to look up to, or they want to look like, or they want to look good like that person, they're not even in competition with that person. They're more so in competition with something that don't even matter, which is the ego. So in reality, they're wasting their time. But yet I'm going to tell you right now, bro, if that person was literally really happy with how they looked, even though they may look their best, if they was really happy, then why are they still unhappy after all these people that complimented them, gave them all these compliments, and yet they still feel insecure? They still feel this missingness on the inside. They still feel something ain't right. It's because they're failing to recognize that what they're doing is a waste of time. Because if it was valuable, if their time was actually, if that was being used for value, if that was being used for greater purposes, then they wouldn't even be dealing with all that. Some people automatically assume that they ugly, and yet from you, like, you just have a whole different perception. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, some of the most, what they call beautiful out there, some of the most beautiful people literally think that they're ugly. I'm telling you. And yet they gotta put on more and more and more, and yet they really don't feel how they look. That's the facts. Not everybody's gonna be that way, but that's how some people deal with that. It's like the most people that you would think feels beautiful, they feel the most insecure. And there's no point in that, because beauty is never defined from the physical vessel. You can't look at it from the physical vessel, because the only thing that's seeing it from the physical vessel side, once again, is the ego. And that right there is going to trigger insecurities in other people. And yet what they're going to be doing is they're going to feel afraid of that person. But you see somebody tough like me, and they got other people out there that has the same type of perception, the same type of mental strength. That right there ain't going to intimidate me. I could look at somebody that literally everybody else is intimidated, they scared of them. I literally sit there and be like, you know what? Ain't none of that matters. That right there don't impress me. I sit there and have a conversation like I would with somebody else. It don't impress me, bro. I'm not going to have a high-pitched tone or talk to them differently just because they look a different way. I'm going to approach them the same exact way as I approach other people out there. That's just what it is. As I say, hey, how's your day going? Without having this nervousness or fear. You know? It's like basically just a regular conversation like, hey, how's your day going? But most people be like, hey, how's your day going? Like, all nervous like that. Man, you ain't got to be nervous. Because when you're nervous, that right there is going to cause more insecurities in them. And that right there is what causes a loss of attraction. They don't want shit to do with you. That's why you got all these individuals that's on their social media page that they're not in a connection with. Because that's not the people that they want to be with. It's the one that ain't telling them shit. That's the one that they're going to be with. That's the facts. That's the one that they have their eye on. They think ain't nobody know about it. You know what I'm saying? It's the one that's not doing all of that like the rest. They don't want nothing to do with them people. I'm going to tell you that right now, because if they did, they would literally be in a connection with all of them at the same time. Why you think they don't want nothing to do with them? Because it's boring to them. It's not a challenge. But yet at the same time, whoever this is resonating with that person, it's like, as much as they don't like a challenge, they do. Because it literally, even though it may kind of make them feel insecure in a way, it still triggers a negative emotion that those other people cannot trigger out of them. You are the only one that this individual be thinking about rather than all these other people. I'm telling you, bro, all these people that's commenting, they don't even cross that individual's mind one bit. I'm telling you. That's how much I know the psychology side of it. They don't cross that individual's mind one bit. And to all these other people, they like, well, they flirting back with them. They say, oh, well, yeah, well, thank you so much and stuff like that. You think they really care? With the heart face and the hearts and all that? They don't care about that. They could give a shit less, because I'm going to tell you what's going through their head while they typing that out. Oh, this comment again? This person again? You're easy. They're irritated. They're irritated. As much as the ego tries to make them like that, they really don't like it. Because they ain't triggering no damn negative emotion out of them. It's causing, how can I say this? It's mainly causing them to feel like they're accepting them to live a lie. That's basically what that is. They don't have respect for them. And when somebody don't have respect for you, they don't love you. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you trigger somebody and they get mad at you or they feel this jealousy vibe towards you, that's the individual that's going to love you. As screwed up as it seems, I'm telling you, bro, it's the truth. Because you think those individuals are going to have any ounce of love from that person just because, and they think that they're treating this person with respect, but they're not. They're treating them with disrespect because they're feeding a lie. If they seen into that individual like you see into them, they wouldn't even bother doing all that or going overboard with something to try to get their attention, because going about it that type of way is never going to get their attention. Even though they're commenting, that right there is a sign in itself. When they reply back, they are not really giving their attention. And to the one, like if somebody has ignored you, that's the one that's really giving you the attention. Why you think they see? A lot of people will get frustrated, irritated with somebody not wanting to respond back, or yet they could have read your message and not replied back. Now, this is not going to resonate with everybody out there. It's going to be a different situation for each and every, how can I say? It's going to resonate differently with other people out there. But if you have ever reached out to somebody and yet they held back, or most people would consider it ignoring, but if you're a busy person, like you have other things to do with your life, you're not going to look at it as a form of ignoring. I'm going to tell you why they're doing that. Because the individual cannot shake the thought of you. They cannot shake your feelings. They cannot shake the feeling of you. And by them doing that, they're giving you the most attention. If they was to respond to you, that right there would take the attention off of you, if that makes any sense. All it's going to do is cause them to pay more attention to you. But most people out there don't look at it that way, because they automatically assume, oh, they're uninterested. How do you know they're uninterested? You think they're interested in all these other people that they may be talking to and conversating with? If they was, then it would just be a whole different thing. They will be dating these people. They will be going out with these people. Why you think they see them as friends? Because they don't respect them enough to be in a connection with them. That's the facts. Because they don't have the guts to challenge them. They literally be the same one as to say that, oh, well, you read my message. Are you okay? You ain't responding back to me. You ain't got back to me a few days. I just want to know if you're okay. They're okay. That person is perfectly fine, bro. I'm telling you right now. You see them uploading pictures. You see them living their life. That person is perfectly fine. If you was out there busy living your life, you wouldn't even be concerned with what's going on with that event. I'm going to tell you what that is. That right there is insecurities in itself. They feel like they're not good enough. And yet when you got somebody that already feels deep within the insecurity that they feel like they ain't good enough, you think they're going to want something to do with somebody like that? They're going to want to be with somebody that knows that they're good enough. Because that right there is going to make them feel secure within themselves. Even though that person may be ignoring you, that person is the most into you. I'm telling you. You got to be smart to see through that, bro. You got to be smart to see through it. It's all about having an open mind. That all goes back to having an open mind on the situation. Okay, well, is somebody ignoring you for a negative reason? Or are they ignoring you for a positive reason? But they're not really ignoring you. They're ignoring themselves and ignoring their feelings, but yet they're there. No, they're not ignoring their feelings. They're accepting their feelings for you, but yet ignoring the fact that they feel them for you. You know what I'm saying? And these other individuals, bro, they wouldn't be able to catch on. They wouldn't be able to read through that because, like I said before, these individuals that are giving them the most attention, when that person responds back to these people, they are really in reality ignoring them because that's not the real version of them. You got to be able to see through that, bro. That's not the real version of them. Because they're not really happy responding back to them. Because of the missingness, because of something that they're facing with on the inside. And they could pick up these individuals' fear. They could pick up their insecurities. And therefore, it just mirrors back the false version of themselves. But yet the real version of themselves are hidden deep within. And you are the one that can trigger that out of them. So, like I said, if you got somebody sitting there that may be not responding to your message or not responding to a phone call or getting back to you, but yet they're responding back to all these other individuals, it's because that individual right there, the reason why they're doing that is because you are seeing the real side of them. You are seeing the real side of them. It don't mean that they're a bad person. They are just they're being faced with a lot of darkness. This person has a dark side to them. And these other individuals cannot see that. And if you are somebody that's fearless, you're assertive, and that don't bother you, you're not intimidated by that, that right there is going to get the individual to feel secure around you. But at the same time, you make this individual nervous, like they are scared. But yet when it comes to these other individuals, they feel tough and powerful in front of them because they know they could get one over on them. But that right there, they don't like that. They don't like feeling that way. Because that's something that makes them uncomfortable. Because they know that that's not really who they want to be or who they are. And you being who you are, it's not about competing like that, but you being confident yourself and knowing who you are literally inspires this individual and triggers the ego to the extreme to where it gets them in a state of freezing up. Like, what do they do? What do they do? Should they reach out to you and tell you how they feel, or should they just keep holding back? So are they really this person that they portray themselves to other people? That's my point. Because that's not the real version of them, bro. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're anybody like me, if you're anything like me, you will accept somebody exactly for what they are, because that's what I like. I like seeing the real version. I don't want that fake shit. I want the real version. I want the real version. I want to see just how much you can ignore somebody. I want to see just how much I can trigger you. I want to see just how much that I can literally get into the soul, not under the skin, because that's incredibly easy. I'm talking about in the soul. Listen, I'm getting passionate with my speech. I want to see just how dark you can really get, because you have to have the dark side balance out with the light side. Anybody could be perceived as a positive person all the time. Where's that dark side at? Because that right there don't scare me one bit. What you about? I could look at you square in your eyes and literally read you like a book, bro. You know? Well, of course, that's a Scorpio, man. Scorpio right there. But anyways, when it comes to a connection like that, you have nothing to be afraid of. Now, not everybody's going to be the same way. Most people out there, and I'm not putting people down out there that literally are intimidated by people, or they may be fearful or whatever. Some people are going to be that way. But there's some people out there that are built different. And I'm one of those individuals not afraid of that, especially when it comes out of the half of me, whoever that may be. Don't scare me one bit. They look all nice at the surface level and all that. Nah, try again. Try again. Try again. There's another side, bro. That too good to be true at the surface level does not bullshit me one bit. There's another side, and I'm going to get into that side too. Because that's what I love. I love the real version. And you could be yourself around me. You could be vulnerable around me. If that right there is such a problem, then it's just going to have to be a problem. Putting on this tough role, or, oh, well, yeah, I'm just happy and all that, that don't fly over me. That don't get by me. And that right there could be triggering in itself, is because the more they try to act like something don't bother them, the more it does. And that right there puts them more in their head. And they freeze up even more. And that right there pisses them off even more. Bro, it ain't even got to be that way. It's the ego, man. It's the ego. I want the realest version that they could get. You know what I'm saying? The realest version. The fake stuff, that right there, bro, I'm telling you, my intuitive radar could pick it up immediately, man. I'll see straight through that. I'm telling you. Oh, you really ain't gonna give me a compliment, or you really ain't gonna say this, you really ain't gonna do that? Exactly. That's what's not gonna happen. Because I'm not gonna feed into something. It's not meant to be fed into. You know what I'm saying? Because the more the real version of yourself is ignored, the more I'm going to sit there and mirror exactly what is being ignored until the real version comes out eventually. As I say, you know what? It don't really have to be that way. Be yourself. I'm going to mirror it back, bro. It's not an intentional mirroring that goes off. It's just a mirroring mechanism. They have to be faced with what reality is. Even though the person may not tell me that or whatever, it's just an example. I'm just using an example and analogy here. Even though they may not tell me that physically, it's the energy that I can pick up through the spiritual side. But most people, they will literally sit there and get heartbroken, or sit there and getting all this frustrated energy. Because of what? Just because somebody don't want to be around you, or somebody may not be interested in you. But how does those people know that that's the truth? I'm going to tell you what you should do when it comes to a situation like that. Keep living your life. Keep living your life. Because believe it or not, you're inspiring that individual. You are teaching them a lot. Whether they want to accept it right now or not, eventually reality is going to kick in. And they're going to accept it for what it is. And you may hear from that person. Whoever this message is resonating with, this person has a problem with being vulnerable. And that's what it is. And these other individuals that literally feed the insecurities and help and literally escalate the illusion even more, is what causes them to want to put up their guard even more. But the more that you keep challenging somebody back to back, back to back, back to back, and having them exhibit the real version of themselves, that right there is what's going to create a transformation within that person. Because it's going to get to the point in time to where having all this access energy around them, all this attention around them is going to be highly uncomfortable to them. It's not going to feel right to them anymore. And that's what you want, bro. You want to be a true inspiration and leader? You want somebody to respect you and love you? Lead that person down the right way. Don't knock them down to be mean to them. Lead them down the right way. Lead them down the right way. Don't be mean to them. Don't criticize them. Don't put them down. Even if you feel that they're jealous, you get these waves of jealousy, just know that they're dealing with something on the inside. That is not anything to do with you. You have to ignore that. You have to ignore that. Well, I say you have to ignore it, but I wouldn't even ignore it. I wouldn't even give it the time or energy for it to be ignored. Keep living your life. That way you don't have to sit there and have that energy trying to intrude with yours. You know? And that right there is a challenge in itself. And just like I said before, everybody out there is different. I can understand that. Everybody has a different way of evolving, transforming, going through these transformations. People have different ways of going through things. But when it comes to somebody being in that energy, do not knock them down, y'all. Don't be mean to them. Don't get in this telepathic argument with them. Understand what they're going through. Because no matter which way you look at it, you have to accept it for what it is. Reality is reality. And it's pretty obvious that you're not feeding no illusion. So it's either they accept reality or keep on being frustrated or dealing with something that's not the truth. They keep running from the truth. And you ever heard that saying, you can run but you can't hide because the truth will eventually catch up? I'm telling you. What do you think this is? Hide and go seek? Where you can just hide forever, eventually gonna get caught. I'll tell you, bro, especially if you got a powerful intuitive radar, you will literally sent them right out. You will seek them right out, I'm telling you. They want you to go look for them. You don't even have to look whenever you see them right there in plain sight. You don't even have to look. You don't even have to, it's not even a challenge. How can I say this? You don't even have to put in the extra hard work in order to seek them out because it's right there in plain sight. Like, you can't hide. The hell you trying to hide from? Trying to cover their face up and all. No. You caught, you guilty, you know what I'm saying? Accept the truth for what it is. Or else keep being agitated, keep being irritated. Bro, you can't get mad at, I'm telling y'all, this message is definitely with somebody that's watching this live stream, because I'm channeling all these messages intuitively. Especially when I first started in the beginning. When it came to that, Whoever this is resonating with, you can't let that get to you, bro. You have to keep on living your life. Do what makes you happy. Because eventually, whoever it is out there that may be dealing with this type of situation, they're going to come to grips with themselves. They're going to come to grips with themselves and actually come out that energy. And just like I said before, to these people that are giving them the most attention, they're literally ignoring something okay, it's the exact opposite. When that person responds back to these people giving them attention, the person that they're giving attention to is really ignoring them. And the people that are giving that person attention is really ignoring them. And I'm going to tell you why. See, this ain't going to make sense to some people out there, but I'm going to break it down in details where it can make sense. The main reason why they're ignoring that person is because the attention that is being given is something that's not being seen. It's something that's not being heard. It's something that's not enough to literally soak in on a spiritual level to trigger a negative emotion out of them. So therefore, it's a form of ignoring, rejection. When they're communicating with this person or giving them attention, they're literally rejecting that person. So therefore, what's going to happen is they're going, like, while they're responding back to those people, they're in reality ignoring them and rejecting them right back. Because they know something deep within is being rejected and ignored on the inside. So when you are somebody that's the real deal, and you notice how this individual ain't responding to you, and yet they responding to all these other individuals, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not ignoring you. That person loves you. That person cares about you. And that person has a very, very, very sensitive, vulnerable side when it comes to just you. That you get to, that they keep on trying to run away from. But like I said before, don't be mean to the person. Don't treat them like trash. Even though you may pick up this individual's energy, like pick up their energy, they may get agitated on and off or whatever, may feel this energy or negative vibes coming from them. Just know that they're dealing with egotistical issues. Don't feed into it. Don't feed into it. Let them deal with that on their own. Because that right there is going to show them that you're not a cruel person and you're not going to put up with being manipulated. You're not going to put up with something being projected onto you as if, oh, that's your fault. Because it's not. That's how you successfully build a bond with somebody. And I'm going to tell you right now, in order for a strong bond to develop, you have to have negative emotions and feelings involved. Not meaning that you just go out there and just want to start an argument with the person just to argue with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. Because they do indeed have some people, and that right there would be trauma bonding. That right there would be just because somebody feels like they just want to hurt somebody just for the hell of it, just to cause a negative emotion, just so everything could be up in an uproar. No, we're not talking about that. I'm not talking about deliberately start an argument with them just to argue with. No. That's not going to build no type of legitimate bond. It's not. It's not. I'm going to tell you right now, to whoever this is resonate with, whoever the person is watching this live stream, this message may be resonating with, that person feels secure in the presence of you. They love you. And they care about you. I'm going to tell you why. Because they feel like they have somebody to confide in whenever they're battling with themselves that nobody else can understand. That's another reason why they have feelings for you. Because they see you as their rock. You ain't some soft ass sponge that's gonna break. Or some of these individuals could literally be testing you, yeah, bro. But at the same time, I'm not really getting testing vibes, because that could go on for like a day or so or a couple of weeks, and yet they'll end it. Like, it's just a dumb game. But hold on. Well, if it don't resonate, then it's not your message. Simple as that. But anyways, getting back to the message. When it comes to dealing with a situation like that, I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Oh yeah, about testing. Yeah, like some people will literally do small things to test people. But I'm not really getting at this a test. This is something right here that this individual is literally dealing with on the inside. I'm telling you. They're meant to be their authentic self. They're meant to be real. If this person feels like they have to be a perfectionist, that's bullshit. I could care less how they was raised or whatever. Oh, well, they got no, perfection does not exist. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to have flaws. It's okay to have a negative side. And the more that that's masqueraded over with this false sense of positivity, or this false sense of self-love that's being projected from the egotistical perception, then the more it's going to create negative conflict and create a lot of darkness on the inside that will happen behind closed doors. And believe it or not, that's why most people use love magic, love spells. They get involved with magic because they think that that's going to be the right path to take, and it's not. Because if that was strong enough to manifest you in their life, then you would have been there. You are being meant to challenge this individual out of that, whether they like it or not. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be the one that's going to be winning all the time over that, because it's an illusion. It's not going to create anything for this individual. It's not going to create healing, because if they were so-called healed, then they wouldn't even be dealing with all this toxicity, negativity, and holding back behind closed doors. They wouldn't deal with that. They wouldn't be dealing with that. But that's something that you clearly see straight into. And I'm going to tell you right now, here's the cold-hearted truth. They don't want to hear that. That's something that they don't want to hear. But guess what? They're going to hear it any damn ways, because it's something that needs to be heard. You think these other people are going to let them know about something that's toxic for them? They're scared of that person. They don't have the guts to literally tell or inspire this individual to transform, to heal themselves. They're hurting this person. The more that they compliment them, the more that they feed something that's not real, the more that they're hurting that person. And of course, other people will look at it as, well, how are they hurting them? I'm going to tell you how they hurt them. I'm going to break it down to details and analyze it from a detailed perception. They're hurting this person by complimenting them on something that's not real and feeding an illusion, which is creating a distraction, a major distraction from something that is literally deep rooted within, that needs to be paid the most attention to, that is continuously being rejected and ignored. That's what's creating the harm. Because of continuously having the individual reject themselves. And that right there is unnecessary. It's unacceptable. I'm telling you right now, but that right there is going to prove you love that person too. Because you don't want them to reject themselves. You want them to fully love themselves from the realistic side. All the way from the inside out, not the outside inside. From the outside in. It's from the in to the outside. Give a shit less how the body looks. It don't matter about that. Like, damn, lady or man or whoever it is. then they want to get mad. Then they want to get mad at you because it makes them uncomfortable, but yet they feel secure around you at the same time. Because you know who you are, you know what you're talking about, and they know deep within, they know that you're telling the truth. So therefore, you know what that's gonna link that to? They listen to you. You're the one that they can listen to. You think these other people that listen to them, they don't want to hear nothing they gotta say. Even though you may think this person's ignoring you whenever they try to beat around the bush or something like that, they're listening to you the most. Like I said, bro, it's the exact opposite with this situation. While they are giving off the illusions, if they're ignoring you, they're really not. They're paying you the most attention. And these people that they're giving the most attention to is who they're like ignoring majorly. And it's going to make sense when I say this, because I'm going to tell you right now why I say that they're ignoring them, because they're not going out with these people. They have no sense of direction around these people. They feel no attraction towards them. They feel no genuine romantic feelings towards them. There's nothing there. And their ego can't really, like their soul can't really wrap it around. Their ego can't really wrap it around while they have them there. The ego just wants that feel-good endorphin. That's exactly what it is, bro. That ego wants to feel that feel-good endorphin. But only for a certain amount of time. They want that high. That's what it is. It's the false sense of feeling high. High off of the feel-good endorphins being released from the false sense of security that don't even matter in the first place, because if it was real, then that high feeling would last. They wouldn't continuously crave it. But that's what the ego craves, but yet at the same time, their soul steps in, their real side steps in and rejects it immediately. That's exactly how that happens. Oh, the ego just got to get another hit. They just got to get another hit to release the feel-good endorphins. That pleasurable endorphin, like to have mental stimulation, but yet at the same time, it's not the true, genuine mental stimulation. Because if it was, then they wouldn't have to keep on going back for more and more and more. And yet it just runs out as fast as it was given. That's the fact. And yet you're not out there doing none of that. It's like the feeling stays within them when it comes to you. It never fades. Like they don't keep going back for more, like the ingenuine type of character that you don't have. It stays with them. Like the feeling, like that good feeling, that nostalgia feeling, that loving feeling, even though they may get irritated, it still stays with them. You stay on this individual's mind. You stay in their soul. It's like you live there. I'm going to tell you why. It's because you love them. It's because you love them and they love you right back. You don't have to keep on going for something to release this mechanism that literally gives off a good feeling, but it's not really a feeling. Because if that was a true, genuine emotion that was given off that good feeling, then that right there would just it would stay. But it's the illusion of that positive emotion, which therefore will lead it straight to a negative emotion that will override and imbalance the positivity, because the scales ain't even balanced to start with. There's way too much negativity. I'm going to tell you why. Because what is being projected towards them is not something to completely balance it out. The more something is being fed through the false side, the more that it's going to tip the scales, with the negative side being filled with that scale on that side. The negativity is going to drop the scales on that side where the positive is up there. The scales have to be balanced, brother. It has to be balanced. They may rock back and forth. That's fine. But when you got the negativity sitting all the way to the positivity side, is all the way up like that, that right there is going to create the darkness within them. Just like I told y'all before with the analogy about that car battery. When it comes to having a vehicle or battery or any type of battery, you cannot have positive and positive to have a battery operating. You cannot have a negative and a negative to operate that battery. You have to have a negative and a positive. Why you think they have the plus sign and you have the minus sign? Because a plus, that right there would be positive, and the negative is the minus sign. So when you have that bubble looking part that goes right there, and then you have the spring. You know how you got the spring and you have that bump on the bottom of the battery? You have that side and you have the other side. It's not both positive, it's not both negative. You have the positive and you have the negative. Therefore, that battery will work 100,000%. That's not just an analogy, though. That's actually reality, because that's what happens in reality. I learned that a while back from somebody. I was taught that analogy, bro. I'm telling you, that's one of the analogies I was taught. He came about it in a different way, though, but yet I learned that. I'm like, that makes sense. That makes sense. And it does, too, like you really think about it. You have to have balance of both ends of the spectrum. You have both sides of the spectrum. You got the negativity, you got the positivity. You can't just have all around negative on one side to imbalance it, or positivity on one side to just create the major imbalance all the way. It's okay for the scales to rock back and forth. It don't have to be all the time. But when there's one that's more than the other, there's a problem. There's a problem, especially when it comes to a situation like what I'm explaining. And just like I said before, some of you out there are being guided to transform this person. Yeah, it may be difficult for them, but you know what? It's worth the challenge, because that person don't deserve to be tormented or tortured like they've been going through, because that's what happens to them on a daily basis. They don't feel good about themselves, bro. All these other individuals that are literally complimenting them or trying to make them feel good makes them feel worse. Like I said, they're damaging them. They're not helping. They're not helping heal them. They're not helping them. Which it's your place to help them or heal them. But if they're looking at you as some form of inspiration, or somebody that may feel a strong, or somebody that you have a strong, intense connection with, then that right there is going to be all that they need. That's something that they do need. Because their soul is dehydrated, bro. Their soul's dehydrated. It's basically like their soul is in the desert without water. And the ego will literally tell them, oh yeah, well, you could just keep going and keep going. No, it don't work that way. You need water. You need water. And that right there would explain the cleansing. Like whenever they get upset, they start crying or whatever, like you trigger them to the point to where they get upset and they experience a negative emotion where it brings them to tears, that's their soul cleansing itself. And that right there is going to create a bond between the both of y'all. And the best part about it is those tears that's dripping on the individual's face is the pain that's coming out of them. And another best part about it is those tears that's rolling down their face, it's not from you mistreating them or being mean to them. And they're going to remember that. They're going to remember that. They're crying for a powerful reason, bro. And most people would perceive that as weakness. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you what's leaving the body. It was what was causing the individual to be weak. That's exactly what it is. Because true strength is found within transforming. Because that's a challenge, bro. In order to be tough, you have to face challenges. That's their strength coming out of them. It's not weakness. It was something that was making them weak, and yet they had the guts to face it in order to cleanse themselves from that, which is therefore an indication of strength. Because in reality, vulnerability is strength and power. Because once vulnerability is respected by somebody like you respect vulnerability, then guess what? That person, it's hard to explain when it comes to that. Vulnerability is strength and power because once they're around a genuine person that knows what it's like to be authentic and be straightforward, that right there is going to create the strength and the connection. Because when you don't have vulnerability and a connection, then all there is going to be a power struggle. That's where the competition comes in at. And that right there is highly unnecessary. It's invalid. And it's basically being done within the ego. The ego. And I'm not saying the ego is all around bad. Because the ego could be used to protect yourself. But when it comes to this type of situation, the ego is being used for the wrong type of reasons and purposes. It's the intent beyond why the ego is in action. And that's all I have for the message for the day, collective. I tried to play the game earlier. I tried to play Zelda Ocarina of Time. But yeah, they didn't have certain buttons on the controller that they would have on the Nintendo 64 controller. And I mean, like, they have buttons to where I can literally play that on that controller, but yet I didn't want to start over on the game. So for those out there that are wondering about that, that's why I turned the game off. I was hoping to play the game, to get to Ganon's castle because, man, I'll tell you, that's one of my favorite levels right there. When you get to Ganon's castle. I don't know who out there is familiar with that game. It's called Zelda Ocarina of Time. But yeah, that's one of the funnest right there, like where you have to defeat Ganon inside that castle. And you have to use that bow and arrow. You have to use that bow and arrow and your sword. You have to use your hover shoes. Let me explain this in the correct order. You have to sit on the platforms. They got, I want to say, at least 4 platforms. And Ganon literally sits up there with a lightning bolt. And he throws these electrical lightning bolts. I want to say Link is his name. Like he throws this electrical lightning bolts at him. And you have to use your sword to literally defend it like to swipe it back, like hit it like a baseball bat, like as if you would hit a baseball with a baseball bat. Well, you have to use your sword to hit it back towards him, and he would literally turn this cape like that to deflect it back to you, and you have to keep hitting it back until it hits him. And yet, that's when you pull the bow and arrow out of that. It's like a lightning thing, like the same thing they throws at you. You have to literally use that on him, and yet you use your hover shoes to walk across that, to walk across the air to the platform he's on, and you use your sword on that game. And you have to do that a couple of times. And yet after that happens, the whole castle starts disintegrating whenever he yells. He's like, "Rah!" like that. And the whole castle disintegrates. And he falls down to his knees. And yet he transforms into this monster looking thing. And you have to get behind him. Like Zelda, she shields herself with like a circle of fire. And she sits in that circle of fire. And the sword gets knocked out of Link's hand. I want to say it's Link or Luke, whatever his name is. Well, anyways, the sword gets knocked out of his hand. And yet he can't get his sword. So what you do is you have to get underneath that monster looking thing, hit his tail with that hammer. And then after you do that, that's whenever you run down the building. And she undoes those bars with her powers. She literally focuses her powers on the bars and lifts her hands up to where the bars could come undone off of the castle, to where they could get down to the bottom. I know that game by heart, bro. I used to play that game all the time. I remember how I kept running into a problem whenever they had that gate, like before you get to that Ganon's castle, before you get to that part. I remember how they had those soldiers. I forgot what you call them with the red. They got like the red mohawk on their helmets, and they have the armor on them with the spears. And you literally come up to this gate or whatever, and if you alert those guards, they'll literally throw them out the gate. You can't go in there. You got to sneak around them soldiers. But yeah, that game's pretty fun. But anyways, y'all, I thought I'd share some knowledge and wisdom early in the morning for y'all. I feel like somebody needed that message. This ain't going to resonate with everybody, just like I said. But hopefully this message inspires a lot of people. Even if it don't, that's fine too. Because like I said, not everybody is going to be dealing with the same situation. They may be dealing with a balanced situation, and where that right there, they already overcame that. And this right here could just be resonate with them, but yet they already overcame that challenge. But whoever this is resonating with, even to the one that may be dealing with these challenges with the ego, and you're dealing with this jealousy, whoever this is, you're dealing with jealousy behind the scenes. I really feel like I'm speaking to a feminine that may be dealing with jealousy or envy when it comes to somebody that she may really care about. Don't let that eat you up. Accept things for what they are, and accept the fact that you ain't meant to be jealous over something that don't even matter. Because all it's going to do is hurt you. It's going to harm you in the end. It's going to get you agitated. It's going to get you frustrated. It's going to get you more in your head. You're going to want to hold back even more. And that right there is just, even though it's triggering a negative emotion where you have more feelings for that person, it's still, all it's going to do is get you in this state of mind to where you're going to want to battle with that individual spiritually, and that's not right. It's not right to take it out on that innocent person that's not doing you nothing. Appreciate that person and love them, and accept things, look at things for what they are. And accept the fact that there's a reason why that is being done, why that's happening to you. It's not because that person is hurting you. That would be the last person that will hurt you, I promise you. They would actually do anything in their power to protect you. That person would let, like, if you're dealing with a masculine out there, that masculine will let nobody hurt you, I promise you that. You're dealing with a tough-minded individual that's a masculine, that person will let nobody fuck with you, bro. I'm telling you that right now. That's a man. That's a man. All these other individuals that you may be around or whatever that may be scared of you, man, to hell with them. This individual right here ain't going to play around with you or play around with the situation or play in front of you, not behind you, because he ain't going to put his lady in harm's way or danger. He's going to be in front of you and you're going to be behind him because they got to get through him to get to you. Like how they have some of these individuals, oh, I don't play behind this person. No, it ain't behind. I'm going to be in front of them. They're going to be behind me because they got to get through you to get to them. That's why the good Lord put you there to protect them. Simple as that. That's why I also put you there to lead the individual down the right path. Now, not everybody out there is going to want to look up to your leadership position. They may be irritated by that. They may disagree to that. But I'm going to tell you right now, all it's going to lead those other individuals down is just the wrong path. They're going to end up with arguments, conflict, disagreements, karmic connections. That's not the right people for you. But they got a lady out there that I feel like I could be speaking to a masculine, or I could go vice versa. You being guided to lead her down the right path, dude. Yeah, you may intimidate her. She may be scared. She may be nervous. Who cares? That lady cares about you. She loves you. I promise you. That lady loves you. Because out of all these other people that she may be giving attention to, even though you may not be in contact with her, you the number one individual that's on her mind that she has feelings for. These other individuals don't matter, bro. And if you're a confident person, that right there is not even going to bother you. You already know that. Let her go out there and enjoy herself, especially if y'all not in a physical connection. Keep doing what you're doing. Let her enjoy herself. If she's ready to talk to you, guess what? She knows where to go. Or it could be vice versa. If you're one of the ones that's dealing with that, like it could be vice versa. She could be the one that can literally be the healed one, and yet the other one could be the unhealed one, like the masculine could be the unhealed one, etc. Like I said, it could go vice versa. But anyway, they know exactly where to find you. Let them sort things out. Let them live their life. And if somebody truly loves you, they really love you, they have feelings for you, eventually it's going to come on heavier and heavier and heavier. And there's going to come a point in time to where they're going to express that to you without holding back or being in fear, because they're being guided to confront that. And I'm going to tell you right now, their intuition, if their intuition is guiding them to do that and they go forward with that, they're going to see that that was the right move to make, because it's not all as bad as what their ego is trying to make it out to be. They're just in a state of panic and kind of freezing up when it comes to that, because this is something different to them. They already know that they can't get their way through manipulation. They can't get their way through other tactic out there. And that right there is very triggering to this person. But guess what? It needs to happen, because that's not who they're meant to be. They're only doing that because they're not fully being themselves. They're only trying to go about it that way is because you're bringing this individual's negative side out, which needs to happen. I'm not saying it's okay for that person to be that way. But it's definitely needed to come out of that individual for them to learn a lesson that can't happen, that cannot be done to you. That's disrespectful, it's wrong, and it shouldn't be done if that is what's happening. And that right there is going to put them in a place by you not telling them nothing. And it's also going to show them that you're real, that you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to be cared for. Because I'm going to tell you right now, bro, when somebody knows they're wrong, they will come to you and let you know. That may not happen with everybody out there. That's the thing, though. That may not resonate with everybody. Some people may just hold back and keep holding back, keep holding back. You may not hear nothing from them. Who cares? Keep doing your thing. Keep living your life. That's not your problem. And just like I said, if someone really had those strong, intense feelings for you or love for you, you would literally be face to face with them eventually. And you would literally be looking this individual square in their eyes and kissing them and being in the presence of them, holding them, laying in the bed with them, etc. That's the facts. I don't care if they're a long distance or not. That's why they invented vehicles, right? That's why they invented planes. That's why they invented boats. There's no excuses. I'm telling you. If it's real, it's real. I'm telling you, bro, that's reality. Now, some people may deal with fears like if this is a flight or whatever, they got to fly like states away or like overseas or whatnot or whatever it is. Then some people may have fear of flight, of flying. But that right there could be overcame because the other one can literally be not in that energy. They cannot have that fear. So it works out perfectly. Like the other person could take the slack of that and say, okay, well, you know what? I could do that. Because believe it or not, bro, some people don't like planes. They don't like flying. But if this is somebody alone, I mean, you could drive, but it's just going to take a lot longer. Now, if this is something overseas or whatever, then that right there, you have no choice but to take an airplane, an airline. For some of you out there, like this is, whoever this is resonate with is just an example. They don't have to be overseas. I'm just saying. There's no excuses when it comes to something that is legitimate, that is solid, that is real. Because distance don't mean shit when you have a way to get to them. Now, I mean, the other thing is money. You have to have money for a plane ticket, etc. You have to have money for gas money if you're traveling by vehicle or by, well, not by bus, but like by vehicle. Whether it's by car, whether it's by a van, whether it's by a truck or whatever it is. You know, motorcycle, whatever it is. You have to have gas money. You have to have money for food on the way to see them. Or, I mean, you could pack your own food up, you know. But at the same time, you need that gas money. Depending on how far you're really traveling. But I'm going to tell you right now, bro, when something is legitimate and real, distance is not an excuse. If there's a will, there's a way. And they will find a way, or you will both find a way to make it happen, to make it work. And that's really all I got to say with this message. That's the reality side of it. Because before they had technology back in the day, before they had all these phones back in the day, I'm talking about before they even had the rotary phone, where you had to dial, like you had to put your finger in the dial to dial it. You had to put your finger in separate holes of the phone, the rotary phone, to dial the number. Bro, I was around whenever they was out. my mama, my mama got in the arguments. I forgot who it was, but she got in an argument with somebody like a bill. I don't know if it was a bill collector or something like that. Somebody kept ringing the phone, bro, and she got agitated. She's like, "What?" She's like, "No, thank you, no, thank you," like that. She kept getting agitated, and she slammed the phone in the cradle, went ding like that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you, bro, it made like that ding sound, ding like that. Bro, that's back then whenever, like, if you hang up like that, that shit will hurt your ear, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I bet that hurt their ear, yeah. I mean, she slammed that phone down the crate, blah, like that. Kept calling back to back, back to back, back. That's all you heard, ding, like that. That's all you kept hearing. Ding. It was a rotary phone. She had it to where, like, they had the phones where it was mounted on the wall, but it wasn't one. I mean, yeah, they got those rotary phones, but I'm talking about the one that was on the bedside. Like, you could put on a desk. She had one of those. It was in the living room. Like, it was right there on the table in the living room. And she was sitting in the on the couch, and it was right there. And it kept ringing. I remember that. Well, that pissed my mama off, bro. I don't know how many times that phone rung. And she picked that phone up, bro, and she said, "No, thank you." Bing! Slammed it right there in the cradle. That was funny. But anyways, just like I said, like, getting back to that. What you think people did whenever they didn't have like all this technology back in the day, even before the rotary phone? They had to go places in order to see that person, right? You literally had to go to somebody's house and knock on their door. I mean, yeah, you can have a connection over the media or whatever. You could video chat with somebody. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you could build a connection like that with somebody legitimate and yet eventually meet them in person, you know? But at the same time, back in the day, how you think people met each other? How you think they developed these strong connections? Is because they literally had to get up off their backside and do something about it. There wasn't no excuses. If you ain't got up and went to their house, then you ain't hearing from them, you know? That's the truth. But now that they have technology out right there can help y'all out because, you know, you have more ways to build a connection other than physically seeing them. But at the same time, if it's real, then it's going to be there, you know? But yeah, that was funny though, y'all. I had to bring that up because since I brought up the rotary phone, lucky to break the phone, you know what I'm saying? It just had that ring to it, like when you slam in the crate. Like, damn, mama. I'll tell you, bro, that phone must have rung at least 5 times, 5 to 6 times. That just sat right with everybody pissed off. Like, damn, lady. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have for the message for the day. I thought I'd bring that up because that was funny. somebody, I don't know, it's a bill collector, whatever it was. It was just, it was a back to back, back to back, back to back. Like, damn, bro. How many times you gonna call the phone? And just like I told y'all one of my other readings, like when it comes to a phone like that, like it was a rotary phone that was on the wall, that was mounted to the wall. Well, she literally, she was in a connection with somebody a long time ago, and the individual went offshore, and she kept thinking about my dad, and she couldn't get my dad off her mind for nothing. And she kept, and this is what I'm talking about. Somebody's gonna have to make physical action. They're gonna have to take physical action in order for something to be done, for y'all to build something up. Well, anyways, her and my dad separated for a year, and she didn't have thoughts about him like that. Like whenever they first separated, and it was until like, about a year and a half, etc. She got to the point to where she couldn't get him off her mind. And my dad thought about her too, like he didn't really focus much on that because he was offshore, just working, doing his job. Well, anyways, she was by herself at the house that the man that she was staying with. Well, anyways, it got to the point to where a week went by and the thoughts of him kept on coming on very intense to her. And she couldn't shake that feeling to him. And it got to the point to where she started to look at her situation. She started to look around her situation. And she said, yeah, it's about time for me to leave. She just had this inner voice that came through to her and told her to leave. Go get back with my dad. Well, anyways, make a long story short, she was sitting on the bed one day and she got up. She started packing up her stuff like something just came through to her, bro. She started packing up her stuff. She pulled out some paper with a pen and wrote a long note, like I want to say like a 3-page letter on what was going on. She took the letter, she put it on the ice box with a magnet. Put on the ice box with a magnet. She took a pair of scissors and clipped the phone wire and locked the house up and left and never came back. She had enough. She had enough because it was to the point to where it was irritating her, to the point to where she don't want to be there no more. It's something literally, she heard her inner voice, like it was an inner voice came through. My mom's psychic, by the way. She was psychic. That's where I get my psychic powers from. Well, anyways, she clipped the phone wire of the rotary phone and she contacted my dad and talked to him, and then they got back together. That's what I'm telling y'all. If somebody really wants to be with you, they're going to take the physical action in order to make it happen. I'm not saying like this could be with an ex of y'all, like this could be a new person, etc. That you ain't even had contact with. This will have to pertain to an ex. Somebody that got with somebody else and they may not be happy. No, this could be for a new person too. Eventually, when they have enough of you being on their mind, bro, that's their intuition coming through to them. And it's manifesting upon as thoughts. Like they keep on ignoring this gut hunch, this feeling to come towards you. To just go up front about it. Just go take that leap of faith, step out their comfort zone and go for it. And that's the way my mama's intuition has came through to her, through thoughts of my dad, repetitively. And don't you know, whenever she went back to him, they married 43 years. Until she passed away, that would have been, I want to say 46 years. But yeah, she was married to him 43 years. But they was together 10 years before they got married. When she went back to him, she stayed with him, bro. She didn't leave him. She really loved him, because I'm going to tell you right now, when they first met each other, It was love at first sight. It was something she couldn't explain. It was something he couldn't explain either. Because I asked both of them. I wanted them to give their testimony on that, just to see how that was. He said, so when I met your mama, he said, that's the one. That's the one right there. That's the one. And she said, whenever she see my daddy, she said, that was a fine man right there. She immediately was drawn to him. And they met at a washateria. She was immediately drawn to him. It wasn't just the outer surface. She's like, this is something about your daddy. Lady, dude. And that's how they hit it off right there. They went out partying together and all that. She stuck up for him. Whenever he was in trouble, she lied for him. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't seen him in a long time, and yet she know exactly where he's at. Keep that man out of trouble. I ain't seen nobody. I don't know where he's at. And yet she knew the whole time. But anyways, that right there, bro, is just, that right there is loyalty. Loyalty, love, and a connection. Like, I still haven't did a read on them, but like before or whatever. Like, I'm going to have to figure that out if my mom and dad was twins. Because I'm going to tell you right now, like one time, he was at work, and he used to be a foreman. And he was over there working, and he was sandblasting. Well, he sandblasted his left arm, like really bad, and he had to call my mama to come get him. Like, he was coming in from work. He had to go to the doctor. Well, anyways, he sandblasted his arm bad, bro, on the left side. Don't you know my mama woke up out of a dead sleep, and her left arm was burning right where he sandblasted his arm? Her arm was burning. Her arm was on fire. And not long after she woke up, she received a phone call. He said, hey, can you come get me? I just made it to land. And she said, why? What's wrong? And he said, I sandblasted my damn arm. And she said, no shit. She said, my left arm was burning. Like, I just woke up with my left arm burning. That was another strange phenomenon right there, bro. They had a bunch of occurrences between the two of them. Like, they would feel things at the same time. I believe they was twins. And if I look at my mom and dad, they both look alike too. They starting to look like each other. Just something about, like, I know they have that saying, if you get around somebody for a long time, you start to look like them. No, this ain't nothing like that, bro. I'm telling you, my mom and dad, they had this look about them to where they look almost alike. You know? Even though he has hazel eyes and she has blue, but still though. I noticed that a few people said that too. Like, they look alike. I believe they was twins. I believe that. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask my cards. I'm going to do a read right now to see if they are twins. She's Virgo, he's Scorpio. And that right there is a damn good match from what I looked up. Well, depending on, like, you know, you really can't base it off of astrology, but Scorpio and Virgo go well together. But they have some occurrences out there where some Scorpios comment on my readings, like they didn't get along with them, and Virgos wouldn't get along with Scorpio or whatever. But as far as me, Virgos are pretty cool. It just depends on your natal chart, etc. But anyway, like Virgo always had that sense of understanding, political perception, of where they have that grounded energy about them, to where the Scorpion nature that's already analytical as it is, it's like Virgo can understand that. You know? I get along with Virgo very well. But anyways, let me go ahead and plug this phone in so I can do a read to see if they're twins. So is my mom and dad twins, Holy Spirit, Father God, Archangel Michael? Is my mom and dad twins? The hangman wanted to come up in reverse, like whenever I was overhand shuffling. Is my mom and dad twins? Twin flames? This is the first time I'm doing a read on that. Is my mom and dad twin flames? Yes. Is my mom and dad twin flames? Let's go ahead and see what's going on with the energy here. Let's see if they're twins or not. I'm about to confirm it through my cards. Hold on. The strength card. Oh, it's at the bottom. Look at this. Hold on, y'all. Let me how do I get the look at this? The strength is at the bottom. That's a yes card. The Ten of Pentacles, I'm telling you, bro, that was a successful marriage here. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. And we had dogs too. Like we had a dog. We had a dog. Snowball, a white German Shepherd too. Spirit's telling me this is a yes card. Yeah, hold on. Let me keep pulling. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah, they couldn't leave each other alone with the Six of Swords. That's whenever he was offshore. They couldn't leave each other alone. She was guided to go right back to him. I'm telling you, bro. That's when she went and got him from work. Bro, I'm telling you, look. That's what guided her to go get him from work. They definitely couldn't leave each other alone. Yeah, but this was a stressful connection too with the Ten of Wands. We have the Chariot revert. They couldn't move on from each other. They couldn't leave each other. I'm telling you. They couldn't leave each other. Ten of Pentacles. Don't you know she went to a card reader and this man literally read her cards and said, I want to say it was the Ten of whatever card represents the Pentacles. I want to say it's diamonds. And pulled the Ten of Diamonds. And he told her that there was going to be a Scorpio man that she wasn't going to never, like, she was going to have a hard time forgetting. He didn't say that she was going to be with, but it was forgetting. That's what my dad told me. And sure enough, bro, he must have pulled the King of Hearts, because that would be Scorpio man. He must have pulled the King of Hearts with the Ten of Diamonds, because the Ten of Diamonds came out. That would be the Pentacles. They definitely couldn't leave. They couldn't move on from each other. Hell no. This is a confirmation. She wasn't going nowhere. He wasn't going nowhere. Hell no, they not. Hell no, they weren't going to separate. But it was a challenge though. I'm still not seeing a Lover's card, but let me go ahead and keep pulling cards here. We have the Strength on the bottom. It was a strong, strong, strong connection. I'll tell you that right now. Four of Wands reversed. They did separate one time with the Four of Wands reverse here. We have the Page of Wands. they was into each other. I'll tell you that right now. They really liked each other. They really loved each other. Look, Queen of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. That would be that third party. That's kind of what I'm getting. That would be that third party. Yeah, exactly. Three of Pentacles here. This was a solid foundation, though. But yet they had that third person that was involved that she didn't want to be with here with this Pentacle reverse here. He's not an earth sign. We also have the Nine of Swords reversed. Oh, oh shit! Look! Bro, the Lover's show. Oh, I'm telling you, look at the lovers. I'm telling you, I felt that energy whenever I was talking about them. The lovers come up in the upright position right directly underneath the wheel of fortune. Go, they twin. I'm telling you. That's why I shit to do with that other dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Oh, they are twins. We have the 4 wands. Even though it's in reverse, it's still in the same spread with the lovers in the upright. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. 8 of swords reversed. She protected him a lot, bro. They both protected each other. Look, Hermit reversed. And we have the Sun reversed. There was a lot of unhappy times in that connection. There was a lot of unhappy times in that connection. There definitely was some infidelity there, but yet at the same time, she had to work through that. Like she said that it wasn't until she hit the age of, when it was, I forgot what it was, but there's been a lot of challenges. Actually, she told me about it too. She said that, yeah, they did screw around each other, but yet at the same time, something guided them to get back together like that. They changed. And this is how it ended up, bro, with the 10 of Pentacles. He didn't go out, like he didn't leave her, she didn't leave him anymore. It wasn't really like an infidelity like that. They just would separate, like they separated at one time. They're twins, bro. Yes, they are. And this really, that year when she passed, it hurt him bad. That's the first time I ever seen my dad in that much amount of pain yet. Because he's a cold man. Like he's not a cold guy like a intimidating or a bad dude. But he's just, you can't tell if something's wrong with him. This really hurt him, bro. When my mama passed away, this hurt the fuck out of him. And he ain't been the same since. He ain't been the same. Mama, watch over dad. Watch over him. Because I know that I have the spiritual gift. You know, I could connect with your energy. You know, like I know you still here in the spirit or whatever. I talk to you all the time. I feel you in here. Your perfume. I'm telling you, bro, look. That's funny, I talk fast like that. Well, anyways, one day I was in the kitchen and I was coming walk down the hallway and I smelled her perfume, bro. This is not her house either. Like where I used to live, that's her house. That's my mama's house. That's their house. My mom and dad's house. Well, anyways, over here, bro, there's no way. There's no way. Like I didn't smell the perfume when I walked out the room and went to the kitchen. Whenever I was coming back to the room, bro, a big old, I'm talking about, bro, it was strong. It was in the hallway. That was her perfume. I said, Ma, I know that's you. And she's like, that's right. That's right. I ain't going nowhere else. You may not be able to see me, but hey, I'm right here. You don't see him. What they going to do? Then there was one time that whenever she first passed away in the old house where I used to live, and I was in my room one day and the door kind of opened by itself like that, and that never happened before. And whenever I walked into the kitchen, bro, I could smell a fresh pot of coffee brewing, but there wasn't no coffee in there. There was nobody home, bro. Nobody was home. Nobody was home. Bro, I'm telling you right now, they are twins. The lover showed itself, bro, with the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. They twins. That would explain why they couldn't leave each other alone. Okay, so let my mom and dad's connection be your inspiration to the ones out there that may have somebody that may be an unhappy marriage. They ain't going to be there for long. Or if this is a new person, they're not going to be able to shake your energy. I'm telling you. So this right here is confirming that twin flames are real. They're meant to fucking be together. They're meant to be together. Yeah, it was stressful as hell with the 10 of Wands. Who cares? They weren't going to let that crush the connection. You know? Let this message be an inspiration to y'all twin flame connections out there. Somebody meant to be with you, bro, they gonna be with you. I'm telling you, they ain't nothing gonna stop them. Apparently ain't nothing stopped her. Look, she went right back to my daddy. She's like, nope, I'm turning right around. I'm going back. I'm going back to him. When it was him. Oh, they definitely had a lot of good times, you know what I'm saying? Good. Good. That's her twin. My dad is definitely her twin. And that's his twin. That would explain why spiritual like I am. That would explain it, bro. I'm telling you, because the twin flames, they come together. Then there you go. Yep. That would explain why I'm spiritual like I am. Yep. And I'm going to tell you right now, bro, you know how many people talk shit about that connection that they was in? And guess what? Ain't bothered none of them. They don't care about how many people want that. Bro, people didn't want to see them both together. It wasn't all bad all the time either. Like, there was actually some good times in that connection. But you know how many people that didn't want them together? But guess what? They was together any damn ways. Simple as that. But yeah, this is clarifying it. This is definitely clarifying it. They're twins. We got the lovers right here. And I asked specifically, is my mom and dad twin flames? Yes or no? Yes, they are. And we literally have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position in the same spread with the Ten of Pentacles for the first card. Oh, yes, indeed, they are. That would explain why they couldn't fucking leave each other alone. And they say that too. Oh, well, I'm gonna leave and all that, and they ain't do shit about it. They talk all that nonsense and yet don't leave each other. She balanced him out. He balanced her out. It was the perfect balance in that connection. But yeah, they are twins. Yes, they are. Yes, indeed, they are. And with the strength card being at the bottom, bro, this is a strong, strong, strong connection. Bro, I'm getting a very, 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 very powerful type of energy from these cards, bro. Especially with the Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Even though they had some imbalances in the living situation, it still don't matter. They stuck by each other's side through thick and thin, bro. I'm telling you, I was there and witnessed it. Hey, yeah, they got in a few disagreements to where they said that they's like, well, you know what, I'm gonna just, I guess it's just time for us to leave and just separate, huh? Why don't we get a divorce? And yet it wouldn't happen. They was just irritated at one another, but they didn't leave. They went right back to loving each other right here. They're twins, bro. Indeed, they are. And with the Chariot being in reverse and the Six of Swords reverse, it's impossible for these two to leave each other alone. And I'm going to tell you right now, bro, she was with my dad when he had nothing either. He didn't have nothing. He came down all the way. He used to live in a different state. That's why he has a different accent. He's from the Carolina area, and he has a different accent. And he didn't have nothing, bro. Until he got a job down over here. And she didn't care nothing about that. She didn't care about his money. She didn't care about none of that. She loved my daddy. And he loved her right back. It was an equal love here. Even though they had a lot of challenges in this connection with the Ten of Wands, they still chose to push through all that, bro. So yeah, they are. Strength cards, yes. Wheel of Fortune, I want to say, is a yes or maybe. And we have the Lovers, which is indication. That right there is the Twin Flame card with the Four of Wands. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Sun's there too. That's indications. Even though these two are in reverse, it's still being read as Twin Flames. See, with the Sun reverse, the Four of Wands reverse, and the Lovers. So we definitely have the combinations here with the Strength at the bottom. Yeah, Four of Wands, the Lovers. I want to say it's the Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Sun, the Temperance, and something else. It's definitely the Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Sun, and the Temperance. That is the four indication cards of a twin flame connection. You don't have to always pull the Lovers. But if you pull the other combinations with it, then yeah, like the Four of Wands, if it pops up in the spread, or you have a lot of combinations. We literally have the Lovers here. So with these other two, and with the Lovers being in the upright, yes, they are. And they're still in union with each other too. Even though she's in heaven right now, they're still in union. And guess what? My dad ain't seen nobody else either. He don't want nothing to do with no other female out there or not. He's like, I'm not having no other woman. I don't want nobody else. Fuck that. I want my wife back. He always tells me that. I want my lady back. That's my baby. I tell him all the time, I said, Mama's right there. You may not better see her, Pops, but she's right there, I'm telling you. She's right there watching over you. She's right there sitting in her computer chair watching over you. Lady. He missed his baby, though, bro. I'm telling you that right now. That was his baby. That was his baby. But anyways, y'all, I just wanted to, that's the first time I did a read like that. Sure enough, yes it is. I felt that energy too. Didn't I tell y'all earlier they had a bunch of strange occurrences to where they will feel things at the same time? That right there would explain it, I'm telling you. Sure enough. Sure enough. Let me go ahead and pull some cards. Bro, that's awesome, yeah. That's awesome to know my mom and dad was twins with the Lovers. That makes me happy. Indeed they are, and that reader was correct too. That man that read my mama's cards that pulled the 10 of diamonds. I forgot what position he pulled it in, but he pulled the 10 of diamonds, and I want to say that's the Pentacles in the tarot deck. Like what in a bicycle. Like if you're reading tarot from bicycle deck, that would be the 10 of Pentacles, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. I don't know if it's the clubs or the diamonds, but I definitely know the spades of swords. Spades of swords and the bicycle, and the hearts are the cups. So yeah, the diamonds has to be the Pentacles. 10 of diamonds. And that man had to pull the King of Hearts, bro. The 10 of diamonds with the King of Hearts, that would be Scorpio energy. Heavy water sign. But anyways, let's go ahead and see. Mama, what messages do you have for me right now? What messages that you have? Watch the Empress card show up. Lady. What message do you have for me right now, ma? Huh? What message that you have for me right now? What do you need to let me know? Give me some messages from you, ma. What do you need to let me know? Right now. Lady. Don't be upset, son. That's what I'm here. Don't be upset, son. Be happy. She may be happy that I'm reading that, too. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what messages she has for me. She's telling me don't worry about nothing, son. Mama's okay. Don't worry about nothing with the 9 of swords. Look at that. That's her right there. She was short too. Don't you know my mama look like that too, with brunette hair? She's like, son, you need to be happy. I'm proud of you. Yeah, that's what my mama said. I'm very proud of you, son. I'm very proud of you. Mama's proud of you. She's sitting somewheres. She's sitting down somewheres in this room. I got a chair right here. She could be sitting there. Nah, I don't think she's sitting in the chair. But she's proud of me, bro. 9 of Cups, she proud of me. Look at that. King of Cups right next to it. And she watching over my daddy, too. With the King of Cups, she's like, I'm proud of you, son. 10 of Pentacles. She's everywhere I go. That's what I'm getting here. Like, it's like most people read that from the Pentacle perception. But no, I'm getting she's everywhere that I go. No matter where you at, I'm right there. I'm right there, son. Queen of Cups. And that would be her and my dad. She's right there protecting my daddy, too. Yes, she is. She's very, very, very proud of me. Very proud of me. Sun card reversed. We have the Wheel of Fortune. That's her watching over me, bro. That's my mama right there. Watching over me. Under the King of Cups, she has me protected with the World card. She has me protected. Chariot reverse. We have the 4. Yeah, exactly. She has me protected, bro. She's like, Mama got you. And she's Virgo, too. That's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. My mama has a very, very strong protection up on me, bro. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. 4 of Cups reverse. 7 of Swords reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. She said, son, drink more water. she's trying to tell me, drink you some water, son. Vaping like that, make sure you get your proper water. Make sure you have your proper nutrition with the Ace of Cups. You need to be healthy, son. I know that, mama. Look, I'm telling you, bro, she's in this room right now. Now that I'm channeling her energy. She's in this room right now. It feels like I'm literally talking to her whenever she was physically here. It feels exactly like that. I'm telling you. I could connect with her. Knight of Wands. Then we have the 5 of Swords reversed. I'm trying to interpret these messages here. It's a 15 card spread. She's very proud of me, though, with the 9 of Cups. She's very, very, very proud of me. She used to tell me, get off your high horse. Or like when I get mad or whatever, she's like, why you on a high horse like that, son? She's like, stay on your high horse. You doing the right thing. Stay on your high horse. You know what I'm saying? She used to tell me all the time, hold your horses. She's trying to tell me like something about holding horses, like a situation no longer is going to be held up is what she's telling me. Like she used to always tell me that, hold your horses, son. That's my mama, bro. I'm telling you. That's her. That's her. But she's literally, this would be holding your horses in reverse, but yet she's literally telling me something is no longer being held back. That's the kind of vibes again. I'm not really getting a clear message what it is. She's telling me to keep it to myself. Okay, she's telling me to keep it to myself, but she says something that's no longer being held back by the Knight of Swords. But she used to tell me, hold your horses, son. She knows I'm very, like, I have an impatient side to me. That's because the air signs in my chart, bro, and the fire signs here. You know what I'm saying? Lady. Like, damn. This is pretty cool. You trying to tell me to get a horse, Ma? You trying to tell me to get a horse? Go get a horse? Bro, the Knight of Swords, I want to say is victorious too. I don't know if that card means that. She's telling me keep being assertive, son. Keep taking action. Keep being assertive. You're doing the right thing. You protected, boy. That's what she's telling me. You protect, and that's the word she used to use too. You protected, boy. That's what she telling me. She had that Cajun accent, boy, like that. You protected, boy. Well, thanks for the protection, man. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? She's like, what can they do? She's sitting there laughing. Yes, she is. Look at her smiling. I'm telling you, bro, my mama's smiling at me. This is the card of proud energy, very proud. She had brunette hair. She passed away in a white gown, too. I'm telling you, bro, that's my mama. And she's Indian. She's Cherokee and Chittimacha Indian. And she had the skin tone exactly like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all a picture of my mama. I'm going to show y'all, bro. She looks exact, almost. This is like an animated picture of her, but watch. She looks kind of similar to this imagery. I'm going to show y'all a picture of her. Watch. Where's that picture at, Mom? Hey, y'all hold on real quick, collector. This is her whenever she was young or whatever, but she has brunette hair. Like this would be her like for whenever she got older or whatever. I'm telling you, hold on. Let me get my phone. I'll be right back, y'all. But this is a picture of her whenever she was young. Let me flip the camera around. Hold on, y'all. So I can show y'all. That's her whenever she was young. And we literally have brunette hair. But she looked like this whenever she was older. And I got a picture that kind of reminds me of her in this energy like this. But that was her right there when she was young. I want to say she was 30, 32. No, she was 34, I want to say, in that picture. It's my mama. Yeah, she was 34 in that picture. And she always knew that too. I'm telling you, bro, my mom knows that. I said I always want a lady just like my mama. And she's trying to tell me they got one that looks just like her. That looks just like her. Mm-hmm. They got one out there that looks like her. And that picture I just showed y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely very, very, very protective here with the world, the Wheel of Fortune. And she's saying like whatever was held, something about something being held up. Because usually she would tell me, hold your horses, son. Like whenever I get impatient, like if something don't work right, or if I'm trying to work on something and yet I get impatient with it, I'm like, man, I've been out here, like I'd be out there working on something for 5 minutes and yet it would take like an hour, 2 hours to work on something like the full or something. Like I'd be working on a go-kart when we had a go-kart. I'd be out there working on a go-kart. I'd be out there not 5 minutes or 2 to 5 minutes. I get agitated. She literally come out there. She hear me cussing a go-kart out. You know. Get out of here. But anyways, don't come up on my live stream these weird accounts. I'ma just let it be known, bro. I'ma block you. I'm not even gonna argue back. This ain't the time to come up on here with this bullshit right now. This is involving my mama. You gonna have respect for my mama. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Don't come up at with that bullshit right now, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna just block the account. The fuck out of here with that weird shit. But let me go ahead and cut my comments off real quick, y'all, so I can finish with this message. I ain't got the time to view them right now. But anyways, whenever I was outside working on a go-kart, that's what I'm getting because there's a tool right here. Whenever I was outside working on my go-kart, because I'm looking at a dirt field right here. Whenever I was outside working on my go-kart, whenever we had a go-kart back in the day, and I was not out there 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and yet it took like at least 30 minutes to an hour to fix something on it. Like it took a good minute to work on it. And yet I was out there getting agitated, angry. She always was there, bro, to literally sit there and calm me down. She didn't like seeing me mad. She didn't like that. That would hurt her. She didn't like seeing me mad. But yeah, one day I was out there working on a go-kart, and it took the total of 30 minutes to an hour to literally fix it up. Like it takes some time to work on it, bro. You can't just get out there and just, oh, well, everything's fixed. Well, hold your horses, son. Be patient. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. Cause I was ready to go ride it. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get out there and just, oh well, it's fixed. She knows I'm impatient. But that's something I had to learn though through the transformations I went through. You have to learn patience. You can't get out there and work on something and just fix it fast like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes time, bro. You can have all the right tools, it still takes time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to see what message my mama had for me. She still loves my dad. That's her and my dad right there. She still loves my dad. She's still in union with him. She wants me to tell my dad she loves him, but he already knows that. I'm going to tell him anyways, though. Say, hey, Dad, Mom wanted me to give you a message to tell you that she loves you. Is she trying to tell you don't be in your head? This is a message from my daddy, too. Don't be in your head. I'm kind of getting the vibes. This made her happy when I read those cards earlier. And I said her and my dad was twin flames. She learned a lot, believe it or not. Yeah, y'all, she learned a lot. Like, she really wasn't around, like, whenever I was reading my cards, whenever she was here, before she passed away of stage 3 lung cancer. But anyways, whenever she was here, she didn't really have the time or give the time of day to literally watch me explain the cards or whatever. But all this time that my mama's been watching over me, she's learned a lot. She literally sees that tarot cards are not evil. Because God guided me to do that. Because I already had the psychic gifts whenever I was born. I always been psychic, bro. I always had that supernatural side to me, to where I could see ghosts, talk to ghosts, see the phenomenal side of things like strange paranormal activity. I've always had that side to me. And she's also telling me there's someone that knows that I'm psychic here too. She's trying to give me a message to tell me that she knows, like, there's a feminine that knows I'm very, very psychic and in tune. And this person may respect me, whoever that is. It's like you freak this person out, son. With what you know, with how you explain things from your intuition, you freak them out, but yet she has nothing to be afraid of. You only scare a son because you're accurate. You only scare a few people because you're accurate. You tell the truth. And she's trying to let these individuals know that, hey, my son, he's not a bad man at all. You're going to respect him. That's also what I'm getting. Anybody has ever seen you in a negative light, boy, or about to see you in a positive light here, it was only because of your destiny here with the Wheel of Fortune. It's only because of your destiny. And these individuals that's been doing that to you, son, you don't have to worry about nothing because mama's got you protected. And I also got other people that literally love you and appreciate you that you may not see right now, that may be mysterious, that may be kept secretive from you. But at the same time, you know intuitively how to pick up on energy, and you will receive the message. When you're ready to receive it, you will receive the message. She's telling me you're going to be seen for the great man that you are. You understand me? My cousin's coming through too. My Gemini cousin's coming through too. This is my cousin, bro. This is my cousin. He's a Gemini. He's coming through too. Yes, he is. Y'all remember that King of Swords I channeled not too long ago, about a month ago or so? Whenever I channeled a King of Swords sitting in my gamer chair, that was my cousin. He's a Gemini. And he was sitting there, he's like, damn, what the hell these people think this is? You know? He said they probably don't even know how to make popcorn right. He's like, you're supposed to put popcorn in there for a certain amount of time. Yeah, they don't even know how to damn work the microwave right. Because even though they put the popcorn in there, the microwave's unplugged. How the hell are you supposed to pop popcorn? What kind of bullshit is that? That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Right, he had a joking side to him too. That's my cousin. That's my Gemini cousin. I'm telling you. He's in here too. I'm channeling his energy too. They both watching over me very heavily. Oh, yes, they are. The reason why I'm channeling my cousin's energy because he used to run. He was the fastest person on the football team. When he played, he was fast, bro. Ain't nobody could catch him with a Knight of Swords here. He was fucking fast. And I'm the same way, like when it comes to running, I'm the same damn way. But yeah, I'm channeling my cousin's energy too with the Knight of Swords. You're almost to the finish line. That's what you tell. You're almost to the finish line, son. It may have took a good minute right here. Like you may have had a hiccup right here, but yet keep going, keep going, keep going. That's what you're telling me. Keep going. We're cheering you on. God's proud of you. The angels, the heavenly realm, the angels are proud of you, son. Keep going. Keep going. Anybody that's seeing you in a negative light, man, don't worry about the people, son. Don't worry about them. You ain't got nothing to be concerned about. Like, I'm telling you, that's what she's telling me. Because she always used to comfort me. But this is comfort in here. Pampering energy. Spoiling energy with the 9 of Cups. She's still spoiling me spiritually. She wants to see me happy, damn it. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to see me all mad, angry, upset. Ah, you know what I'm saying? She don't like that. She don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Lady. But anyways, she's literally telling me something about like if people thought you was a bad person, son, don't worry about nothing. Ignore them. That's what she used to tell me physically too. Like if somebody try to upset me online or whatever, ignore them. I'm hearing that very heavily. Ignore them. You ain't got that much longer to worry about that, son. That's what she's telling me. You keep doing what you're doing. Mama's proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I might have thought tarot cards was evil and all this, but they're not. I'm telling you, bro, my mom is talking to me right now. She's coming through it like her energy. I'm reading her energy accurately. I can hear her voice, bro, like she's coming through she's speaking through to me. She's speaking through me. It's like, yeah, I might have thought tarot cards was evil and all this, but they're really not. You're doing a good thing. You're doing the right thing, son. You keep on going. You keep on going. I'm proud of you. Mama's proud of you. I love you. I will always love you, and I will always be there. Even though you can't see me, you can't see Mama, I'm right here. That's what I'm getting, bro. I'm telling you, her energy is coming through very heavily. And this is proud energy here. With a 9 of Cups, that's proud. Proud of me. She's like, you go, boy. You go with your bad self. With this Knight of Swords. You go with your bad self. What do you think this is, a horse race? That's my cousin, bro. I'm telling you, that's my cousin and her. They both cutting up right now. What do you think this is, a horse race? You think you gotta run track or something? With the Knight of Swords, this ain't a damn track. You know what I'm saying? What do you think this is, a horse race without the horses? How the hell are you gonna call it a horse race? This is awesome. I also have some of my angels that's in the spirit realm right now, y'all. I have Marines and Navy SEALs. That's my ancestors. I'm getting that very heavily. Oh, yeah. I had some Navy SEALs in the spirit world that's been watching over me that is pissed off at a few people here, bro. I'm getting that very heavily. Because the Knight of Swords represents military. If you look up this card right here, a few of my angels, bro, are literally soldiers that was down here fighting, and they fought in the war, bro. I'm telling you. And a few of these individuals ain't too happy. That's why I have that iron mind. They come through and give me guidance as I say, hey, you strong enough to handle that PTSD. You don't need no medication for it. You know how to condition it. And whenever, like, she knows about that too, bro. She knows about PTSD. I'm getting that very heavily with the Knight of Swords, but she knows exactly what was causing that to me and something that's coming towards the situation that was causing that. That's what she let me know. What was doing that continuously over and over and over and over and over? She's telling me those cowards stand no chance against you, son. You one powerful dude. You keep pushing through everything. That's what she's telling me. She sees things from a different perception. She was in her ego at the time that I told her about the Tower cards. Like she didn't really want to hear about it, and she feels bad about that. She feel like she's making amends with me right now. She's apologizing to me for discrediting like me getting tarot cards because she didn't know whenever she was alive. She didn't know much about. She just knew what she was taught, and she was taught that it was evil. But at the same time, she feels bad because she was in her ego. Like I said, bro, she's an analyzer. And she's apologizing to me to tell me that she's sorry. And this hurt her for her being that way towards me, like kind of like blowing it off with her. Like whenever I tell her, I'm like, hey, Mom, look, this the card I pulled today. She'd be like, that's good. But she wouldn't be too enthused by it, but yet she wouldn't blow it off all the way completely. She would just kind of give off this energy like she wouldn't even have to tell me that she don't want to hear about that. It's the energy she gave off. But she's telling me she's sorry for doing that to me. She knows I'm very gifted. She also, she told me a while back whenever I had a poster, it was like a picture painted to me, an animated picture painted to me at the fair. And they had a star that was on that picture. She said, don't you know that you're going to be a star one day, son? Don't you know you have a bunch of stars right here? That's exactly what she's telling me. I'm remembering that too because this star is right above the head here. She's like, remember when Mama told you that you was going to be a star one day? That would be remembering with the mind. Remember, which is memories. Remember when Mama told you was going to be a star? Look at who you are, son. And she did tell me that too. And that star that was painted on that, if I find that picture, that animated picture of me, and that like the person painted me at a beach. They had me like with big arms and big legs, and they had me in swimming trunks with a hat on back because I had my hat on. I had a Hurley hat. It was Hurley, and I had a Hurley hat on backwards, and it was a white Hurley hat I had on backwards with the H on it. And I remember that hat that I was wearing, and they literally have that could be interpreted as a hat on top of the head. And she's literally reminding me of that. She's like, remember when Mama told you that you was gonna be a star? There was a reason why that star was painted on that picture. You a star. And I looked at it, I didn't believe I looked at it like she was crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about, Mama? And I shouldn't have said that to her, but that was way back then, bro, a long time ago. I'm gonna tell you the exact year she told me that, 2009. 2009, she told me that. I remember the exact year. She told me that. 2009. It's a long time ago, yeah. And now we're in the year of 2024. Mm-hmm. You put 10 and 10 here, that would make 20, right? Because we have, no, hold on, no, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune with the 10 of Pentacles, that would be 10. So when you put 10 and 10 together with 20, 2009, bro, this is literally coming back to me, bro. I literally remember that. And the picture that was painted of me was on a beach. Like they painted palm trees in the back, and they had a star above the sand that was floating. It looked like it was floating like that, like a star that was going like this. It was in motion, and they had a star like as a seashell, but it was painted in the imagery of a star. And she's trying to let me know, hey, remember when Mama told you that you was gonna be a star? And that's when I had that hat on. I'm telling you. It was like I was a bodybuilder on the beach. That's how they painted that picture. I was a bodybuilder on the beach, and they had palm trees in the background. Mm-hmm. Look, they got palm tree. Look, that could be interpreted as like a tree. Even though it's not a palm tree, but it could be interpreted as a palm tree, and they got like the sand right there. That would be the mind. Remember when I told you that? Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, there's no way I can remember this. And there's no way this memory could come back to me like that out of just nowheres. I'm telling you, bro, like that. My mom is legitimately being channeled through me right now. And I wouldn't have remembered that either. But yet, until I was guided to look over at this Four of Pentacles here, right after she guided me to see the star pattern. And yet, I literally looked up at this card right here, and we literally have a pentacle above the head, which would be indication of remember. Remember is a memory, and memories come from the mind, right? It's stored in the brain. That's above the brain. And that's a star right here. Remember when I told you was going to be a star? Now look at you. That's what I'm getting here, y'all. That's what I'm getting here. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all take it easy out there, collective. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all very much for joining the live stream. I greatly appreciate it. And I just wanted to do a read to see if my mom and dad was twins. That's really what I wanted to look into, but I wanted to get a message from her too, because I haven't gotten a message from her in a while with the cards. And she's very proud of me. She's very proud of me. With her flippers on, got her nightgown on, you know what I'm saying? And she literally passed away in a white nightgown, bro. A nightgown. Yes, she did. And she's literally telling me everywhere you go, I'm right there. You could go in the middle of the ocean, mama's right there. Whenever I was in Florida, riding that jet ski, she was right there, right along by my side too. That's what she's telling me. And something is stemming right back from whenever I was in Florida. This is what she's telling me. My mama's telling me something that's been spotted whenever I was at the ocean. Whenever I was guided to leave and I was in the ocean, something has been traced back to whenever I was over there. And this is what's catching something in the lie with the Seven of Swords reverse here. She's giving me confirmation. If these individuals didn't believe your whereabouts has been documented down on your YouTube channel, they could literally go back and see you on a jet ski. You at a different location with the world card here. You was in the middle of the damn ocean. You was in the damn ocean riding a jet ski. And this is what's going to catch some type of lies up here with the Seven of Swords reverse. Your character's protected, boy. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I had everything to do with it, too. Because mama led you to leave. I'm going to fix their asses. That's what she's telling me right now. I'm going to fix their asses. Oh, get her. You know what I'm saying? Get them, mom. You know what I'm saying? Get them, lady. That's why she's telling me the Nine of Swords reverse. Don't you worry about shit. All right, ma. She's coming through very like an aggressive, like not being mean to me. She's coming through assertive as I say, don't you dare worry about nothing. Not a thing. Nada. That's what she's telling me. Nada. You are okay. You hear me? That's what she keep telling me. You hear me? You hear, mama? You are okay. All right, ma. All right. You got your point across. Now what they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You got your point across, ma. And she's stubborn too. She one of the ones that gotta have the last word this, last word that. All right, ma. You can have the last word. I agree to that. I'm not gonna argue with you. You're right about that. Because I do analyze a lot. I do get in the analytical energy a lot. I get in the head a lot and I overanalyze a lot of things. Like, not on a toxic level like that, but like when it comes to the situation here. It's like, just like I told y'all, bro, like when it comes to my reading, when it comes to my information, I almost have to come across as a perfectionist when it comes to my job, but I don't have to be that way. She's trying to tell me not to get in that energy. You don't have to be perfect, like I said earlier. She's telling me the same thing. That's what I like about the Virgo energy. I'm telling you, but like she knows what analyzing is all about because she's an analyzer herself. She's a very detailed individual. She was very organized, very OCD. And the majority of Virgos I spoke to literally are the same way. They have the same traits. Like, not all of them are going to be the exact identical same like that, but like the majority of them I talked to, they had that detailed analytical perception to where things would bother them. But this is why she understood me, because she knows how it is, you know? And she's trying to tell me, like, son, I can see things that you can't see. Even the visions that you can't receive, like the visions that you're not supposed to get. You know, you do indeed have visions. You get visions, but there's some things you can't see that mama sees. Don't worry about nothing. Something about overseas, overseeing something overseas. You got a lot of individuals, bro, that really greatly appreciate you, bro. It's my cousin coming through now. That's my cousin, my Gemini cousin. You got a lot of people that appreciate you, dude. Like, people ain't gonna oversee a situation. That's what I'm getting. People ain't gonna oversee a situation. They ain't gonna oversee or overlook your greatness. It's not gonna be overlooked. You ain't gonna be no damn rejected here. Like, your greatness is not gonna be rejected. Your greatness is gonna be acknowledged. You help a lot of people. You helped a lot of people while you was going through all these challenges, and you chose to stand up for yourself and be assertive. Man, you a kick ass. You understand me? And you keep going. You keep going, cuz. So my cousin telling me, you keep going. But anyways, the overall energy, she's proud of me. That's all that matters. Thank you, mama. Glad that somebody's proud of me. Glad that somebody loves me. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. That makes my day. That's going to make my day. You just made my day better, ma. I knew I was guided to pull a message. And there she is, proud of me with the 9 of Cups. Proud of me. Spoiling me in the spirit world. And making sure I'm okay, damn it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all take it easy out there, collective. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all very much for love and support once again. But earlier I was giving some advice. And advice may not resonate with everybody, but to the advice, if it helped you, then that's awesome. If it don't, then I don't really know what to tell you. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below, y'all. Since I'm unavailable for personal reads. But if y'all want to donate because of my advice that I gave, that could be helping some of y'all out, that'd be greatly appreciated. It would also help me out too. Thank y'all very much for y'all generosity, collective. To the ones that support me, if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Even to the ones that don't donate, you just hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Okay? Just like I said, it's voluntarily. Y'all have a great day out there, collective. Once again, much love. Y'all be safe out there, and I will see y'all some other time. Peace out.